everyone, this is Checkpoint Play. My name is Michael. I'm joined here by two individuals.
No?
No. Okay. I'm joined by one individual.
Also no.
Alex.
How's it going?
And Mondo is not here.
No.
He appears to not be present.
And for some reason, I put Dead Rising 2 on in the background.
I haven't seen this game at all.
No?
No, let's ignore it.
Yeah,
That's good.
Ignore
It's probably
what
a
we're talking
good thing
about.
that you haven't seen anything about this
Yeah, I
game.
haven't seen it. Everyone wanted to play it, but fuck it. Anyway. Yeah, so...
Alex, you wanna start talking
This
about
is our first... the first run of what we're... a new segment we're gonna be doing. Reviews, but... this is more of just a round table kind of.
We've been brainstorming how to do reviews for a while. At one point, we were like, well, let's do like formalized video reviews. Let's
probably still. I think still individual reviews.
I think when the review calls for it, we could do like a formalized kind of thing. I think like individual, like a single person doing a review should call for that more, but. When we're in a group, I feel like it needs to be more of like a group-like discussion, in which I mean a book study or whatever it's called.
Is it me or is this game?
Like a more academic one.
Is the frame rate? Is it me or is the frame rate faster in his TV?
I don't know.
I noticed that.
Well, let's ignore it.
All right,
Yeah,
whatever.
let's pretend this game isn't real.
Good.
Anyway, wow. I don't know. Well, I will pretend it's not real, but right now, from what I'm seeing, movement looks weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it already.
No, yeah.
It
Me
doesn't
either.
look as solid already. It already looks
It
a little
feels like a
more
forced
floaty.
sequel.
Yeah,
It already looks more floaty.
Well, I was gonna say, look, this is how you know. No, not that.
Yeah, you just fucking...
Hold up.
You
Here we go.
You clip through him.
This is how you know. That's the kick.
I forgot that.
That's the kick.
No, the kick was the best fucking thing. Oh, alright.
By the way, you can't plink it either. And
Okay.
instead, that's what it looks like.
That's shitty. Anyway. Yes.
Yeah, whatever games are on our mind, we just finished Dead Rising. Why not talk about it? You know, just get out of the way right here.
Look at how the thing's just flopping around like that.
Wait, well, what thing's
The pot. Anyway, one of the zombies just like knocked it over, and it looked like it had. It looks. You know what it looks like?
What?
It looks like nothing has any weight.
Nothing has any weights.
That's what this looks like.
A little bit.
It still has all the same problems though. See that little...
Yeah.
Everything's changed, but nothing has. So let's start with Dead Rising then, since it's literally on the screen.
Well, if we're gonna do that, then we might as well get into it as a series. We can all agree here. Dead Rising 1's the best one.
Yep. I will definitely say I still have nostalgia for that, even though we just fucking played it.
Yeah, I'll say
Is that a
maybe.
person?
That's a dude. Punch him.
What the fuck?
You know what? Yes, actually, I think I will agree with that.
It's because the sequels have the problem of like trying to tack on the canonology of like, well, we still gotta talk about these other storylines that are going on.
I felt like the issue with like 2 and 3 is that they were trying to be comedic yet dark at the same time.
Yeah, I feel from what I saw of 3, it looked like.
What was the first thing that they did after they showed off the game? Which showed off like the more serious tones about the game. What's the first thing they do? First thing they do is they talk. No, we still have all the wackiness. Look, we've got the main character in a banana hammock.
Yep, banana hammock, and here's a flamethrower that looks like a pair of balls and dick.
Is that in 3?
That's in 3.
Okay.
And you wanna know how you use it? The guy has to like put it on his dick and he has to thrust forward.
Look how top. Anyway,
The skateboard looks easier to use in this.
Skateboard's a lot better.
I mean, at least I kind of like the little bottle cap.
Dude.
The bottle cap recovery he just had right there. That would have been cool in
Tip 1. Yeah.
I feel like any of the little tiny things.
Yeah, there's nuances that separate the game enough that like
could be added to 1 to make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always the thing is like, wow, they did this better. But look how they fucked up this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, this series is
Everything's
none of these games are perfect. Let's be honest.
But like the one that's closest to perfect.
Giant fucking dropkick.
Yeah, you got. Oh, by the way, they fixed shooting.
Yeah,
They
that
fixed
looks
shooting.
a lot better.
Yeah.
So you know what? Put this in Dead Rising. Just put
So
that
so
in Dead
point
Rising
for Dead
1.
Rising 2 for fixing
Yeah.
shooting.
But
Guns are
you know
still
what?
worthless.
But you know what though? Yeah, Dead Rising never felt like it was about guns.
Yep.
So
Look at that. Look at that. You think
Immediately-
you'd have that same amount of blood,
Like,
guts, and fun with a
we
pistol?
can all fucking complain about the controls on shooting in Dead Rising 1, but in reality that game was not supposed to be a fucking first person or third person shooter.
I always felt like Dead Rising is a game about like picking up whatever's around you and just using
Scrounging,
it.
yeah.
That's why my playstyle is walk into
Making do with what you can get.
walk into the jewelry store and like pretend it's a shotgun for.
I never did that because I thought that was kind of stupid.
Well,
Now it's
I mean,
like,
I would
just do
when I
this.
first played it, like I found weapons that I liked, and I would go and seek those out, and I would
Yeah.
have those on me.
Yeah, like that's what happened
When
with
I found
Dead
stuff that
Rising
works, that's what
and
I would
2.
use, and that's fine. It doesn't mean I wouldn't want to like
So you said never
grab
do
a,
that.
like a guitar or like anything like a bench and just use it like,
You know
from time
what?
to time,
I
right?
I would feel bad because I would never do that. I would always go and get the overpowered.
Yeah,
weapons.
well, I wouldn't do it either, but I would do it for fun because guess what? Dead Rising 1, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I feel as if I cheated myself
And it was-
out of the
it was-
whole entire Dead Rising.
It was
feel.
It was super.
because I
It
never
was
did
super
that.
fun, and it was really interesting. And like, well, I wouldn't say revolutionary exactly, because zombies maybe are not as we're not as tired at the time. And let's be honest, fucking zombies are pretty tired right now. As a
Yeah,
concept.
no.
Yes.
It's not even that like it didn't feel tired then. It's that it feels like it's using it well. It's using
Yeah,
zombies well. Like
zombie. Yeah,
we,
that
ca-
was
we
a
went
fresh.
back to it a few weeks ago.
That
like,
was a fresh take on zombies as a video game. Like, could we call it a survival horror? Like, I don't.
It
has
it
elements-
is a lot.
has
How many
elements of it.
times were we freaking out that we were about to die?
Right? It has this. It has the scrounging
It has the
elements.
scrounging, but like what it is that everything's unlimited. You're like, oh no, I'm running out of health. Well, I'm just gonna.
But
go back
only
and get
like
the thing.
until I go and run up and
What-
get it, right?
Okay, is the like I guess what we should actually ask is
What
is
is
it a
survi-
survival horror in the sense that Dead Space is a survival horror? Is it
No,
a survival horror in the sense
I don't
that
think Dead Space counts.
Resident
You
Evil
don't think
4
so?
is?
No, it's action. You have way too much power in that
Yes,
game.
yeah, you're right.
It's action.
Okay, how's
horror.
about the Resident Evil series? How does
Resident
it hold
Evil?
up?
Okay, but only up until I want to say like 3.
Yes.
Like even 4 doesn't count because it's that also action.
Yeah, it starts off as if it's gonna seem like survival
like
horror,
the
but
up,
then
up
like
to
you're
like
fucking-
the up until
fighting
the,
the
up
predator
until
and
like
shit.
the up until like the village, like after the village,
yeah,
that's action
immediately.
just straight up.
straight up,
It's like-
nonstop.
Everyone who played RE4 remembers the first moment that they walked into the village, got rushed down and fucking headed for cover and barricaded themselves in the house there, and got rushed by the chainsaw dude because that freaked people out.
Yep.
And most people die the first time they fucking play because
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like, oh, what do I do? Oh god, they're coming through the walls, man.
When you first played Separate Ways, did you try to shoot Leon when you ran across the field in front of you?
I don't remember. I played
Because in Separate Ways, when you enter the village, Leon's literally running past you, and there's like a horde of dudes chasing him. It's funny
just like a
as hell.
scripted thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, I never tried to shoot him whenever I see him do that. And I feel
Because
bad.
you remember the struggle.
Yeah.
No, it's Rama, bro.
Well, but that's what you're there to do in Separate Ways. You're there to help
you're
out.
there to
Leon.
help him, yeah.
Anyway, but let's not get sidetracked. Yeah. So
Controls, game feels pretty solid. in
Well,
one.
more fucking evidence or examples of survival horror. Silent Hill. Silent Hill 1 through 3. There's a good
Yeah,
example. Well,
yeah.
pretty much all the survival hills, but I want to say 1 through 3 because those are the
Survival
best
Hills?
ones. Survival Hills. Those Silent Hill 1 through 3 are I would say the best ones.
So what you're saying is like survival horror needs like a good sense of dread to be like considered such.
Yeah. Well,
Which
See,
Dead Rising is kind of lacking.
has never had, which is another thing I was gonna say is like
Dead Rising
it
never had
has horror elements,
that- it had
but
that
it's
feel-
always
it had
been.
that. What it was for me?
Well,
is
you
that
know
it
what?
had
Let's link this to Metal Gear. Would you say that like the game?
Is Metal Gear Solid survival horror?
Well, you know what? These are.
But no, I mean,
these are really
would
good.
you say Metal Gear is a serious tactical espionage action game when it still has its wacky moments of Johnny Sasaki going around showing his ass to
And
people
shitting
and
himself.
shitting his pants?
Yeah.
Like, would you say that
You know what? It never has been. Entirely tactical espionage action, because I think everyone
you
I
could
think
play
everyone,
the game like a tactical, and there's
Yeah,
this
you
sense
could definitely
that
Play
it's a
it
spy
as if you're
thriller.
a spy guy.
Well,
Which-
like the story itself is a spy thriller.
and sometimes it's more
The
fun to
story
play
of
the spy
Dead
guy.
Rising itself is a survival horror storyline.
Yeah,
but
the game. This is what.
does the game ever match up to
Well,
the
see,
tone?
this is where little narrative dissonance comes from, and also it's a thing that I've heard called the story and gameplay segregation. Right? There are things that you can do while playing a game that the characters wouldn't necessarily do in the story. Right? Like
rubbing your face against Johnny's ass.
yeah, like fucking teabagging the president or the arms tech president or whatever,
Yeah.
like I did a little earlier. Anyway,
Or grinding up on him while he's dead.
right? Yeah, like
Yeah, dirty boy.
everyone knows while they're playing a game that they're playing a game,
Mm-hmm.
and they know that the story is
well, that's the sense
usually
of immersion.
yeah. Depending on the game itself, the immersion is either more or less, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that your actions are directly what's happening in the story, or you're playing a game and you're watching a story that's attached to it, right?
Yeah.
So like Dead Rising very much feels like the latter there, like that it's got a story attached to it.
Yeah.
Because it's always been more about the gameplay, right? I would say. I don't know. Do you think so, Michael?
I'm
The first one, maybe not.
I want to say like no, but when I think about it, like what exactly does tie the game together? Well,
Finding
aside from like the
chainsaws in the
characters, aside from characters moving around and like that changes gameplay a bit. Like there are moments in this story that get in the way of, oh well, you can't have this item anymore because that person's not there. Well, now because the story's going on, you have to stay in this area because like the plot will start happening soon.
Yeah.
And then there's a line.
Linear
The
area?
plot will start happening soon. Stop having fun.
Yeah. Because you're on a time limit, right? You got the 3-day deal going on.
But that's if you wished for. But that's if you choose to listen to it, because you can. You
know what? Yeah, you're right.
Well, and then like your whole game in itself is a story. Like what did your character choose to do?
Yeah,
so
and see,
a
that's
good
why I was
amount
saying.
you're playing the character Frank. You're playing the character Chuck Green. You're playing the fucking kid from the third one. I don't know his
Who
name.
cares?
You're playing the no one cares character from the third
I
game.
think his name is like Leon or some shit like
You
that.
know what? I feel like that dude's probably more.
Oh, by the way,
interesting
I
than
did
Tucker.
actually check the footage of Dead Rising 1. His name is not there. I went
What's
and
that?
checked what his number was. He is not
Oh,
there.
the kid.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
inconsistency.
He got
retconned!
retconned.
I'm not surprised.
Hooray!
I feel like they don't remember Dead Rising 1
Well,
very
no.
much.
Like we had major like Capcom staff overlooking that game and like
and not just that, isn't it? They're made by different teams, aren't they? Each one of them.
the one that made 3 is the same people that made this one.
Oh, okay. Well, but they weren't the same ones that made 1.
No.
Yeah.
No, after
Was
one.
was
Yeah,
was
I'm
K- was
agreeing with you
KG
for
was
saying
KJ even involved with 2 and 3? I don't think he's involved in 3 because he's already left Capcom, right? And formed
Yeah.
Comset at that point. But 2, was he involved in this one at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Executive
What the
producer.
fuck was that?
Okay.
That was
But like,
That was a weird
I
animation.
I guess I don't even really know how much involvement he had in the first game, to be honest.
Hmm.
Other than I would assume like the premise of this game is him, right?
Yeah, you know what the creation of this game was, right? Like I've told this before. I know.
Well, go ahead.
It's the I don't know exactly who it was, but they were looking at Resident Evil 4 and like how it stepped away from its roots and said, "What are you doing? Those aren't zombies.
Yeah.
This isn't an action. This is an action game.
This is not the traditional survival horror anymore.
or like there's no dread to be felt here," and walked off and
Although
started another team.
Although I say that's
to make
debatable
another project.
with 4 because
it has its moments. Anyway, but like we just said, the chainsaw moment. Then there's like
the Predator moment.
Yeah, there's that. There are some enemies that still freak me out, man.
Really?
I still think the Iron Maidens and the Regenerators are fucked up.
Really,
don't
I
like those.
only just saw the Iron Maidens and Regenerators as annoyances rather than
Yeah,
like all the
I'm
spooky
actually
enemies.
gonna
Well,
agree
if
with
you
him.
say
I
so.
found them as annoying. As
But then again, that's because I have no this is coming from someone that has no fear when in Spelunky the ghost comes out and is like pixels away from hitting me, and I'm just kind of crouching doing
That's
the
fine.
slow
It's
walk
fine.
You
underneath
know
them.
what?
It's a
I'm
good
gonna
area.
take that back because like the Iron Man's breath as well
Yeah,
actually
exactly,
kind of gets
right?
to me. But overall, I'm not like.
Well,
Oh.
it's like you see this.
But you're like
you hear
super-
the sounds
you're
of him
super
around
over-
the corner. You're like, what is that? And then it's this goofy thing with like open mouth and it's kind of smiling, going.
It's got a
Like,
fucked up
oh, that's.
grin, but alright, whatever.
And that just jumps at you, super.
Oh, by the way, I found the kick with weight. It's the drop kick.
Okay,
Ah!
that's pretty good actually. Drop kicks are always cool.
Wait, look.
Yeah,
Screen
I
shakes.
saw it earlier. That's why I was like,
I
whoa,
feel-
shit.
I feel that the very first time. I don't know how the song is. But what was it that we were saying?
It was ludonarrative dissonance. And we were talking about the controls.
Yeah, and I was talking about the story and gameplay segregation, right? So, like, Dead Rising 1.
I never.
Because we were just talking about, like, how you're scripted, that you got the plot going on certain days. But there are multiple endings.
Yes.
So, that's why I was saying earlier that, like, I feel like Dead Rising 1 particularly, like, since that's the one we looked at.
I felt it. I
Um,
felt like the game put the plot in there to have the player to give the player some form of a reason to continue.
you
advancing.
have objectives, right?
Yeah, to continue to advance.
It's up to you whether or not you want
the
to
multiple,
achieve them,
and the
right?
multiple endings are.
And then there's
placed
all
there.
these subplots that
Yeah.
always keep coming up
Yeah,
that like have cutscenes to
and
them and
I
storylines.
feel
And that's
what
why
it
there's
is
multiple endings.
Yeah, and I feel that what it is with that is just to give the player an excuse to replay the game and
Yeah.
continue
Yeah,
it.
Well,
definitely.
not just
Yeah,
that,
obviously.
to like make the player feel like there's more going on, and then just we needed an excuse to put zombies in a mall and have you like be able to play a character there.
And
there's-
do goofy shit with all the items in said mall
Like
and run them
you
over
can
with
get a
lawnmowers.
zombie in your wheelchair wearing
Oh.
a helmet with stars on it,
Motorcycle helmet.
and like wheel them around. If I
Can
can,
you get like the car engine and combine it?
I think so.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
Um,
you can, but like, can you do it?
So,
can
like,
you look for
and
one
then-
and get it?
Fuck out of my chair, nigga.
Oh no, I was going on a ride.
No, no. Ah, you
so,
broke it.
so, but like what we're saying, like I feel like it's more focused on gameplay, and that's one of the reasons why. And also, you don't have to do any of the plot.
Yep, you
You
can
don't have to do
completely
any of it.
ignore it. But if
You
you,
can
don't
just
do
fucking
a lot
play
of,
that game. As soon as like the opening cutscene's done,
Mhm.
and you're playing it, you just play that game.
play that game.
You can fucking.
Actually,
ignore
I
all
don't think the game story
There's
starts until you yourself like go up to the front plaza and like start the cutscene in which the doors open. I actually never tested that if you just sit there all 3 days.
I want to say that
Yeah.
the game would start.
You can just play that game, not do any of the cutscenes, hang out,
Oh,
hang
you're
out
right. It's just
on the helipad, and fucking beat the game. Like you don't get a good ending, but
Like even here the combined weapons,
yeah, I know. But that really looks dumb.
electric chair.
Get it? Get it? Electric
I guess
chair.
electric chair.
And then you can shock people for points. So like gameplay differences.
Mm-hmm. This one's much more goofy than the first one.
No, like wow, is there a focus on weapons? But like weapon crafting, and wow, do I not like it?
Really?
The weapon crafting,
I
I thought was interesting.
Well, like, it's interesting.
I wanted to play it
Mhm.
when it came out.
it's interesting, but like there's a weapon over here. They balanced a few items, like the novelty stuff. Some of them are more viable to use. They have status effects, so they're
And-
like
yeah, and
utility
And
items.
some of them are just dumb things you want to get because it's dumb.
They
It's silly.
they
What the fuck? Did you just drop?
wow, this is like more times I've ever been grabbed. Spit works a little better now. You could use it like at long range, and they made it a little better, but not much about it. But there's a more focus on like ways to defeat the zombies rather than like
It's a big.
the world the zombies inhabit, and it leaves most of the area kind of uninteresting to explore, and that's a big problem for me.
Yeah, because you know what, the mall was really cool actually.
Don't kill it. Leave it there. Let it suffer.
Yeah, it's kind of just there.
Yeah.
If I had a camera, I could take a picture of it, which is another thing.
Oh yeah.
The game had a focus on taking pictures, which was clearly there to like look at these pictures of the new generation.
Yeah, there's that definitely. Dead Rising 1, one of the I would say argue that it's one of the better like first party like
First party,
next-
third
next-
party game.
like
First party,
well,
third party.
I mean like first wave of like a
First
new system, like new
yeah.
generation system game, right? It was
launch title. It was a
yeah,
launch
it was a launch. It was a launch.
Along
title.
with that Criminal Origins thing.
I don't remember that one.
Camaro.
Hmm?
Camaro.
Camaro.
Cameo or whatever.
Oh,
No, it was
that
called,
rare game.
No,
No,
that was
it was
like wasn't that Xbox One? Like original Xbox?
No, that was
Okay.
an Xbox
Cameo.
360. It was called Cami.
Oh, okay. No, Cameo was
It's the one about the shapeshifter.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
one.
that. I didn't.
It was that one,
I didn't
Dead
know that was a
Rising,
360
and Criminal
title.
Origins.
I thought that was the original Xbox. title.
Condemned Criminal Origins.
Oh, Condemned.
There you go.
Yeah, I know what Condemned.
Yeah, that was and that was surprising. And that game is surprisingly impressive for
For the time.
the
It's
time.
decent.
Yeah,
Um,
it kind of got sillier and sillier the more you went on. Or was that the second one?
So, since we're getting on to the topic of controls, and boy, does nothing feel satisfying? Like nothing.
yep. Well, what I said earlier, it looks from just me watching you play it right now, it looks like nothing has as much weight. Like certain moves, yeah.
Like
But-
here's a stomp. This should feel satisfying. And aside from like landing a headshot,
Like the hitboxes,
Nothing.
Seem kind of weird.
like a little wanky.
Yeah, there's like you're just phasing through some of the zombies I've seen. You've jumped and like your wobbly floaty jump that you have is a little jank. And
I do not
like
that jump at
the fucking look at that. Look at your swing. Look at your downswing. You're like floating. Like you're on a fucking like a what is that?
I feel
Like you could cancel the jump into the thing, which okay, points for cancel animation.
Yeah, but did they put that in on purpose?
Yeah, but it was that they're on purpose. They well everything.
Well,
Everything is clearly on
yeah.
purpose because you wrote the code. You had to think about it. What's up? Shut up.
Who cares?
Okay.
I feel this was a problem with the second game because it
Oh, yeah,
tried
that's
too hard to be
another thing.
realistic.
No, it tried too hard to like.
Yeah, the
add
story in this
more
one
to
is you're trying to save your daughter.
Like yeah, right now it was just brought up. You need to get Zombrex. How do you get Zombrex? Spend most of your money. Or well,
So like
how do you attain money? There's several ways. One, you need
play
to like,
slot machines.
Play slot machine. Play what's that sideshow multiplayer mode?
Oh, okay. Your character is
Something is reality.
Your character is a stuntman, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Terror is reality.
Terror is reality.
You know, and I'm going to admit that side thing was fun.
Yeah, that's something
I
that's fun. No one plays it on PlayStation Network.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No one.
No one.
That's
Like I remember we were talking about it like when the game was coming out for Games for Gold, and like I tried to play that game online because I actually liked it, and I remember I don't think I played all of them. I sat there, I didn't even get into a lobby. No one even joined a game.
Damn.
Like it
And
said
you would think
booting
that-
up games so that other people would join, and I sat there in an empty lobby for a good 2 hours.
And you would
I
think
left
that
the game
after
there.
it's on Games for Gold, people would jump on it, but
Yeah.
No, PlayStation 3.
oh well, whatever. The what is it?
Like these people were talking about it like, yeah, people were on there again because Games for Gold, but this game was already kind of dead. So like that's a big that's one of
already-
the biggest money.
That's already a warning flag right there. If this game got forgotten pretty quickly.
Yeah,
didn't
I
it?
keep forgetting that Dead Rising 2 is a thing.
Yeah. I would say
No,
that
like,
that's a
I came back to it and like forgot how much I didn't like it and why I didn't like it, but immediately picking it up and turning it on, I remembered immediately everything, and that was like a big bummer for me. But turning on Dead Rising 1 and saying like no, like I was toning it down because I didn't want to like come in disappointed in Dead Rising 1, only to find out like no, the game's better than I'm telling myself right now.
Yeah, and it holds up pretty well.
That the controls are tight, all the inputs are really good. Most of the command list is great.
Like
A lot of weapons.
There-
There's some weight to some of those weapons.
there's a reason that when I bought my 360, or when I got it, my brother gave it to me.
Yeah, look.
It was
Play
a-
Terrorist Reality
hand me
online,
down.
but to get
We're playing on a fucking, or we were playing it on a fucking, well, not, we weren't while we were recording, but I have a fucking first gen 360 that works fine.
yeah,
It's-
relatively okay.
It's old. Sometimes it will overheat.
Oh my god, that
thing
just broke.
Yeah, that chair was flimsy as shit. Like everything that I'm seeing. And yeah, that's one of the first games that I wanted to get. Because like I got to play it when my brothers and nephews had it because they were the ones who had the 360. My brother bought it for them, and they had like all the fucking 360 games, and I got to play a lot of that game, and I really liked it. I really liked Dead Rising 1.
Dead Rising is a really good game, and I still think if you can, you should go out of your way to like get it.
Go play it.
Yeah, don't stop at watching someone else playing it because that game is really worth playing.
Yeah, like we had our really dumb playthrough. Where there's all sorts of. You don't have to play the way Michael plays. Clearly, right? We were complaining about it the whole time.
Please don't
right?
play the way Michael plays.
But you know what?
You should actually play it that way because that's a really fun way to play. Even though it's flawed by design. Like playing Joe Danger is fun.
But no, that's the fucking magic of it, isn't it? Like
You
don't
can
have
be
to play
shit
it.
at the game, yet you'll still have shit tons
You
of
don't
fun.
have to. You don't have to play it in any fucking particular
Like
way.
how many times am
Like,
I
hit
legit
people with
upset
signs,
when like
go ahead
I'm
and hit people with
dying?
signs.
Almost never.
I like what's the sound you guys always hear when I'm like dead on the floor with 1 health point?
Like,
Yeah. Little comedic girl screaming.
like, we're still having fun.
No,
with it.
like shouting and laughing.
Yeah, pretty much. Like we
Like
were.
not like and not even the fucking like normal laugh. It's the maniacal. Oh my god, what's happening?
Fuck is that?
Yeah.
You're like run, do something.
Like
Get to that bathroom.
the
Like, I
laughing at
remember.
video game laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know what that laugh is. That game is fun.
It's the I'm having fun laugh.
This is an
let's keep
entertaining,
doing this
enjoyable
laugh.
fucking
I'm
game.
actually having a really fun time laugh. Are you laughing now, Michael?
Now who's laughing?
Who's laughing?
KG
I
and
am.
KG
Ha
and
ha,
Fruit's
Michael, you
laughing.
got a small penis.
Oh man.
Keep playing Dead Rising 2.
Hey, look, it's the Fook.
Wait, this is like an area you never explore. This
just
area is
just clip through everything.
And you know what?
the area is worthless.
I'm actually gonna say, I forgot to say is, but I actually willingly agree with what you said because of the way everything works. You kind of don't really have much of a motivation to look around.
Yeah, because there's no
like,
camera, right?
Yeah.
Look, you just fucking floated right through that guy. In Dead Rising 1, you would have hit him.
Well, no, in Dead Rising 1, he would have picked you out of the sky,
Yeah, he would've
brought
slapped
you
you out
to
of
the
there,
ground, and grabbed you into like a confirmed at least 1 bar. Let's see what happens when I walk into a crowd of zombies.
You just push them aside. They don't
Almost immediately.
like your hitbox is like bigger than you, so like you're pushing.
Not
them.
even like, look, that guy just had the whole grab frame animation, and I just knocked him out of it.
You're like
I'm
you have to
daring
be in
them
their
to
face.
come at me.
You have to be in their face.
Whereas
I have to be all up in the ground.
Whereas you see a crowd of zombies in Dead Rising 1 and you walk up to them and you're intimidated because you're like, oh shit.
yeah, like
I
we
gotta
would
be
always
careful.
walk around them or like pick them off from the distance.
Or if there was a thick enough crowd and you were feeling ballsy, you could fucking zombie ride and just walk across them.
Or like
What a man.
we'd
Yeah.
feel like
Such a
Enti-
ballsy
like-
motherfucker.
What a man.
we'd feel what is it? What's the word?
Enticed.
Intimidated? I would say.
Enticed to
Oh,
like
that's
use
it.
our power items that we get.
Yeah,
from the
you
boss
could crowd
fights.
clear, like you see a small throng of them.
Yeah.
And you could
And
you
you're-
you,
And, like,
you
literally-
know how many you can take out. You can guess.
No,
You,
it's
like-
not even you know how to. It's that you see the crowd and you feel like I need my good weapons for this.
So I know I can get through here. What the fuck? You just have explosive. So okay, so right
Wow,
away,
you
look
floated
look
when
at
you
that.
Just flew back.
Hey, look at that.
I just cleared.
That
the
was
crowd.
like fucking
like what 30 zombies right there, just a whole crowd just
Something
cleared.
that probably would have been like the biggest threat to our playthrough in general. Just gone in 3 bullets.
Explosive arrows, man. Explosive
And
arrows
like
are
not
cool.
only that, it's leveling me up and making like the game all the more easier to manage.
Yeah.
Even at level 50 in Dead Rising 1, that game is not easy.
Like why would they even keep the leveling elements in this one? I feel like this one probably doesn't need it, man.
To gate bosses and gate some game, like to give the excuse to come back.
Yes.
Like I think that's
Like
probably
that's a good word right there, isn't it? Like from Dead Rising 1 as to
When-
reason to come back, to Dead Rising 2 as excuse to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like Dead Rising 1's leveling, when we got a new ability, that was a fucking good ability. When
was really
when you
fun.
got one more slot of one
Yeah,
more
no,
one
every
more slot
ability was
for,
like,
for
yeah,
item.
I got the item. Every time I leveled up, I was like, yeah, let's try that. Oh, that feels
Yeah.
good.
Oh, let's get this fucking wall kick move that we're just doing dive kicks off the wall. Like,
Dead Rising 2
fuckers.
is, okay, I have 5 more levels to go before I get the good move. Or the one that will be useful once.
and it's like
Like, that move where you do the knee from space is still in here, and it's still really good to hear. You
does it do the thing that
It does prevent fall damage and stuff. There's still fall damage in this game.
yeah, well, even though you're fucking floaty as shit, like
Float on. We all float on.
Well, yeah, and they increase the...
alright, already. All right,
Well, there's a rock concert going on right here, as you can clearly see.
is it
Because they're all like...
fucking
Jesus.
Modest Mouse? Or,
Yeah.
what's the band?
I think it was Modest
Is it
Mouse.
Modest
I
Mouse?
think so, yeah.
Yeah, Modest Mouse.
What do you call it? So yeah. So leveling that game felt good. You
Felt
felt
satisfying.
you
You
could feel
felt like you
feel
were
like you're getting
rewarded.
powerful.
Yeah.
You
You felt
can
like
now
you
I
were
can
rewarded.
carry fucking 10, 20 items.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'm the man. Now
Let's
I have
go
health.
get 5 of Adam's
I have 2
chainsaws.
health bars.
Okay,
2
so...
of them.
yeah, you remember how hyped we were? We got the set...
the full set. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, like when we leveled up
we got
and the
first
second...
brick for the second help bar.
Yeah, the-
Yeah, we're like,
in.
whoa.
The second line, we were like, yay, we can go to lunch now!
That's one of my favorite things in Zelda, when you get the fucking heart container. Even though Zelda, at least Ocarina of Time, the 3D Zeldas have never really needed you to get that many hearts. Because the enemies in those games never do enough damage for you to, like, warrant having fucking, like, 20 hearts, right? Because they can do partial damage.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Rising, you can do partial damage. But, like, what did you start off with at the beginning of 1? Like 3?
3.
3 blocks of health?
Yes.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
It's never enough.
Especially when you...
Especially when you can
you're
carry
at the
like
end of the
4
game,
or 5 items on you.
When you're at the
right?
end of the game and
And you
there's
need
a
one of
pistol
those-
that subtracts 3 bars from you.
Yeah. So like, that's a problem I've always had with the 3D Zeldas. Even though like I fucking love those games to death. If they had like, I don't want to say Dark Souls because I've been playing it, but if they had Dark Souls level of like fucking punishment for you getting attacked, like it would be a different game. I would
I
probably
don't know,
enjoy
do you
this game.
remember that sand, that pocket sand that they threw in my face?
Wait, what?
The cultists, if you got too close to them, they
Oh,
just put
yeah.
pocket signs.
Oh yeah, that just straight up immediately knocked you out, didn't it?
Yeah, it's an immediate knockout.
And you're just like, oh.
You're stripped of all your weapons and you're brought...
So yeah, your enemy placement is random, right? So tackling new areas is just how much could you carry on you and like how much could
for
you...
how much?
Yeah,
Do you want to prioritize damage or health?
yeah, and
Yeah.
and there was always a fucking like your own priorities of which one you
Yeah.
think you're gonna need, right?
So I know we're moving on to leveling, but I was thinking about it real quick. What's the first item you come across in Dead Rising 1 once you leave the safe house? Do you remember what the first item you noticed?
Wasn't it
A
elf?
soccer ball.
Was it
A
elf?
soccer
Oh,
ball.
it's a soccer
And when you pick up the soccer ball and kick it, how much weight, like how...
You can feel it
You
because
can,
like,
can't you charge it up? Can't
There's
you
like-
charge it up?
No.
Yeah, there's a legit line of
that's the
action
other one.
going on where like he pulls his back.
He
And
winds up. That's
yeah,
a real
he
fucking
and the
kick.
ball just boom. It just
I
starts
want to
off.
say every animation in Dead Rising.
There's a
in
nice
Dead Rising
sound
1.
to it, and it's a good feeling when it like
Did you ever
knocks around.
Did you ever kick the ball over the fence and watch it hit all the zombies outside?
No.
You never did that. It's always satisfying to
Yeah.
just see the ball and then you see, and this 3 zombies fall and I'm like, yeah,
That was me.
yeah.
I did that.
Every animation in Dead Rising 1, and I know we're like fucking writing the game's dick pretty hard, but every
I
animation.
feel like we're allowed. That
Yeah, I know,
game's
right?
amazing.
Every animation in that game is my favorite thing.
What the fuck? You're able to hold
Wow.
on to that? That's a
Wow,
big,
you were
that's
just-
a two-handed weapon. That's bullshit.
Like, did you get that fear
No, no,
that
no,
that
right-
guy was
right
gonna
now.
swipe me?
Yeah, that guy
And then,
didn't
like,
even
nothing
attempt
happened?
to stop you from drinking, you getting your health. In Dead Rising 1, you would have gotten fucking munched on, and you would have been stuck in like an animation of you being attacked and possibly even like knocked to the ground, which takes off more health. And you
Yeah.
have to do the quick time events to get out of them.
Should've just closed
And
it.
then you'd be fucked.
This isn't intense. This is annoying.
What?
That. Like closing the door. That
Like
doesn't-
zo-
there's
like
no form of
zombies?
intensity whenever they go through the door. It just becomes, oh, this is really annoying. I wish they left the room already so I can just do this thing, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
zombies are.
It doesn't feel
annoyance.
they're not a
They're not a threat.
yeah
they're not a threat, they're just
They've
a
never
nuisance.
they're not intimidating in this one.
Like,
Yeah,
I
just do your chainsaw dance. It's the
Bum,
dance of
bum,
my. It's the
bum,
dance of
I'm
my.
gonna be Keelik right now.
the
You can
dance
dance
of my
if you want
people.
to. You can leave your friends behind.
Quit now! Oh wait, no. Sorry. Quit now if you want to live. That's Young Soon. What the fuck does Keelik say? I don't even remember his lines. What is his lines?
Killick from where?
From SoCal.
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
So gameplay, it has to go to Dead Rising because goddamn.
Yeah. So, I don't think
Kill
I
them
finished.
both.
I don't think I finished
just
my
kill them
thought.
both.
Every animation in Dead Rising 1 was my favorite thing ever because, like, Jesus Christ did like I remember one of my first impressions playing that game is Frank is a fucking man.
Yeah.
You lift the bench or the giant gumball machine out of like the fucking floor and you're like, okay, I'm carrying a big fucking thing, and when you strike zombies, there's like weight behind
even
it.
though it's implausible to begin with, there's like still
You
the feeling of weight.
You could reasonably lift and
Of
shove a bench through like people.
if you're strong enough, then yeah.
Like
Well,
maybe
no,
it'll knock
it's
down
like-
the crowd of
I don't know.
zombies.
We never really took his shirt off, but he doesn't. He's not that built for that.
He's not.
Who, Frank?
Frank is
Frank.
like an average.
Frank
build.
is big though.
He's-
He's big, but like
He's got a
Do you-
his build is something that could be like extremely muscular, but like he doesn't
I
have he
feel
doesn't
that-
he's
I
not
feel-
cut.
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
not
it's-
okay. Here, you know, let's
we did see him shirtless.
Yeah, we did.
let's
He's
test
not.
this
He
right
doesn't.
now.
He doesn't have abs. He doesn't have
Hey, let's
pecs,
look,
really.
look at. Does it?
It looks like it's. It looks like you're.
It looks like paper
like
mache.
yeah. It looks like it's floating. Like you're not.
No,
even
It's.
gonna
I'm not
watch it.
even putting it on my shoulder to help me shoulder it. I'm just. It kind of goes to the ground, but that's the thing is that it still goes forward.
Press square. Attack them with it.
Like
You know, I could just.
That's fine, but like look at how fast he recovers from it. Like, yep. Nope,
It's not even pulling me forward that much.
That didn't hurt. That didn't take much effort at all, right? Like when there's another thing in Dead Rising where the first one where you every time you strike an enemy, it kind of like slows down a little bit. And I don't know
That
if
was
that's-
because of the
I-
frame
that
rate.
might- that might have just
that
been
was
frame rate error.
limitations of the
Yeah,
game,
and
but it was to its benefit.
yeah,
Yes.
because every time you hit like you're in a crowd
What's
of zombies,
going on here already without anything going on?
I don't care.
Frame rate drop.
frame rate drop and screen tearing. There's been screen tearing I've
Yeah,
been noticing
a lot,
since
a lot.
we started playing this game.
Which is honestly like
I don't like screen tearing bothers me more than like small frame rate drops. What do you call it? Every time you're in a crowd of zombies and you have fucking the bench, you hit a zombie, boom, 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 boom. You feel every single hit from every zombie that is struck by the object that you're wielding. And that gives you the sense of weight, right? Which we haven't.
Sense of weight gives you sense of satisfaction.
Yeah, like this is a big fucking thing. And,
Yeah.
And what you can only use the bench maybe like 2 or 3 times before it just breaks.
Yeah,
right?
I just
It
like
shatters.
oh, I'm gonna take a nap forever.
And it's just like, oh man, that bench couldn't even handle how much man Frank West is.
Like what was okay? I'm gonna go back to your thing. Frank West may not be cut, but he's strong.
He's a big dude.
He's big. I'm gonna
big
say
dude.
like you see his arm and it's fucking the size.
So then what? Okay,
Massive.
then why don't we move on then? Why don't we talk about Frank?
yeah.
I like
the
Frank as a-
characters.
I think
I
Frank is
prefer
a character. I think Frank is a cool character. And you know what? There's a reason that he's in fucking. He's in Marvel and this dude isn't.
Yep.
Well,
and I wouldn't say that.
he's the original.
So he's
B.
iconic.
Yeah, so
already.
he's iconic to the series. That's why they like. Even in this game, the game feels like it can't survive without the original's characters, and it has to bring up that plot.
Dead Rising 3, you mean?
No. In this game,
This one we have.
this
we have
game
Case
brings
West,
up
no?
Isabella and Frank. Like the game feels like it needs to connect to the other game.
Well, I mean,
It
it's
feel
a
like-
sequel, right? So
Well,
it-
no.
it's
Like,
allowed-
it's natural for a sequel, but it doesn't feel
It doesn't
natural
feel-
in the story. Like,
no, but
hey,
but shut up and wear your Blanca hat.
it's like, well, hey, where's the? Oh, you know what? It's in there, right? Because Ono.
Well, it's Capcom, dude.
No, well, no. But it's because Ono walks in one day.
Hey,
Blanca.
put some Street Fighter shit.
No, he holds up the little Blanca figurine he always takes pictures of, and like, so I can have Chuck hold it up over his head
Okay,
and take
so-
a picture.
so
of it.
Willingly,
you all-
man,
you all-
I think the Blanca mask is much better in the third game.
So okay, so you all have played 2. I don't know how much we know about 3 since none of us have the Xbox One.
Okay, what I've
Let's-
seen of
what-
the game.
Why don't we do the character
Let's go
test?
quickly before we go on to characters.
Well, no,
because we
I-
don't really know much of 3 as a character.
Well, I was gonna say, this should be easy enough. Like, despite what we know,
I
you just do the simple character test. Because you know what it is, right? It's describe the character without saying what their job is, and
No. Without describing them physically.
without describing their physical appearance or their job, right? And who is this person? Frank. I can remember Frank. I know who he is. He comes in being this like selfish. I'm just gonna get this story. I don't give a shit about any
Selfish,
of you.
money hungry.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
He's doing it for the fame
Mhm.
and fortune.
like narrow-minded,
Yeah, a little bit.
but like
Hey, I've covered wars, you know.
and then
Arrogant. Arrogant.
He's
is
arrogant,
not-
yeah.
arrogant.
What's the
Who is
arc
Chuck
that-
West? Or Chuck Green?
Yeah, you
Who the
already
fuck
forgot-
even is
You
Chuck-
already forgot.
Yeah,
You already
it's-
mispronounced his
well,
last name.
I haven't
forgot his
played
last
this game.
name.
This doesn't count.
Well, yeah, I was like, you don't really know Chuck.
Chuck
you
West.
haven't
It's like,
seen
like
his-
the only thing is just he's got a kid.
stubborn, loyal,
He makes
clingy.
He makes shitty one-liners.
Yeah, and they try to make him like the cool guy who doesn't care.
Because from what I saw of like character art when this game was coming out, it was, oh, you're a stunt man. Look at how cool. And I don't know. I don't really
Well,
care. I don't
okay,
really care for his
You
character.
want to know what I picked up from the character of 3 though? We haven't
a
been
young
talking about
dude.
that game because none of us have played it.
Yeah.
All I've seen is Giant Bomb play it a bit.
I've seen
And
a
I've
lot.
seen
I've
the best
actually
friends
seen
play-
half. I've seen half of a playthrough of it.
Yeah.
I've seen the first half of the game.
I watched a bit of Phil play it, but like that was.
But
just,
you saw half of the entire game.
I saw the first half of the entire game.
Oh, okay. So then you probably have a better impression than either of us.
But what I got from Nick's character, that's his
Oh,
name.
that's
Nick.
Nick.
Yeah,
Okay.
his name's Nick.
Well,
Wow.
he's young, right?
Yeah, was that
He's
young?
fairly believable.
From what I saw, he seems naive.
naive,
like
naive,
little innocent.
foolish, innocent. You can tell he's innocent by his actions.
Like he doesn't want to hurt people,
He
right?
really
Like
doesn't wanna hurt
that's
people.
what I noticed. But the game has you just fucking
Yeah,
slaughtering
and then
zombies.
ludonarrative
right?
dissonance kicks in.
Right,
Yeah.
but is that ludonarrative dissonance and like that's not intentional? That's gameplay and story segregation.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like that's
Anyway,
like it's a little more weird when you have we need to like have a character in a setting in which they can go wild and and the player can have the fun time, but we also want to tell the story of the one that like actively refuses the call to action.
Yeah. We want him to be
While he's answering the call
to action
Yeah,
by
yeah,
what
yeah.
he's doing in the game, right? What you're doing, rather.
Yeah.
Like Chuck, at least I'll give him that he feels obligated to on some level. That's all. That's really about him. That feels like
What
he
is-
connects.
Does that fucking chair like weigh 1 pound? Like how's he swinging it that fast? It's so weird. Anyway,
I feel that with Chuck, it's just that a lot of things he does
But,
are
no,
for his own
the
selfish reasons.
biggest problem about he's a little selfish. That's why
that's fine.
the real ending, the canon ending, that's why that is the way it is. Which, if you don't know, is that the big choice of the game is: do you choose to save the bad guy or not? The canon ending is you don't, because your character hates that guy and has put you through some shit.
Which one? The main bad guy was the security guard, right?
No, well, not that guy. I'm talking about TK.
Oh, spoiler.
Oh yeah, TK.
Is that you opt to not save TK because he's a motherfucker, and he's doing some bad shit.
That's kind of interesting actually. That the canon ending would be that the character doesn't do the right thing and just kind of kills him. Right?
Yeah. And that starts up the story. Oh, by the way, I let the daughter die. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! I'm just.
Is that the daughter?
That's some chick.
I'm just gonna walk out
Who's
of
this
the room
chick?
now. That's the girl that's behind the cat. She's Otis.
Okay.
She's Otis.
She's Otis.
She's Otis that has a stake in the story. Katie has.
has turned gay.
So next time you go there, she just like, hey, I took your daughter out back.
Wow. Took her out behind the chemical shed and did the business.
And did the business.
Yeah, gave her the business.
Yeah. So.
Well, actually, we could go to a cutscene and we could see a bit of Chuck as a character. I think there's a cutscene for it. We can walk to that. But yeah, the problem with Chuck is that a lot
I
of
feel like he's too.
a lot of
quiet.
characters, a lot of his characteristics, he's just kind of bland.
Well, Mondo just said that he's too quiet, so that's.
I do feel that he.
That
is
always adds to it. When you have a silent protagonist, it's.
What?
You can say that it's to have you.
I can just burn money. For
It's
points.
to have the player be immersed. Why aren't they attacking you? Is that a zombie or is that a person?
That's a zombie. But
Why
for
is it
some
doing
reason
nothing?
It's stupid.
It's because I'm stuck in the animation and it doesn't know what to do because I'm invincible.
It doesn't.
Okay. Anyway,
Stupidity bonus. Look, I'm getting
Are you
points for
burning
burning
money?
money.
that's weird. Anyway.
That's a cool mechanic in itself. Going back to mechanics, that's cool. You like there's straight up burn
Yo, is
money
this
for
okay?
experience.
Question: is this a complete zombie apocalypse then? At this point,
No.
no.
It's,
not
it's,
completely
localized?
another town-wide apocalypse.
so it's
in
localized.
a town that like the start of the game, zombies are like
They're
a
form of
show.
entertainment.
That's
So they like have
Doesn't
zombie
that-
killing
doesn't
competitions
that
and stuff.
Straight up happen in one of the fucking like Night of the Living Dead's.
It's called Land of the Dead. That's what they do. They're no longer afraid of zombies because they basically figure out a way to make them not an issue.
Because they're
It's not even that they made them not an issue. It's that like people are being careful enough about it
Yeah,
to-
well,
where it's not a problem in
the
here.
original fucking what is it? George A. Romero zombies are not that big a deal.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all about the characters.
They would never conquer the fucking Earth and extinguish humanity.
Well, no. The thing is that they were always like the problem, but
But
were
were
they
never
the
point,
problem?
Yeah, they were never the point of the story, right?
Yeah.
That's
well,
kinda, that's,
they were always a problem, but were they the problem?
yeah.
No.
See, that's like that. Not Dead Rising. I'm sorry.
What?
uh,
Yeah, kind of did, right?
Well, yes, kind of Dead Rising, but also
But here, not as much.
fucking what is it?
Which one?
The Walking Dead.
The Walking
The
Dead.
Walking Dead.
Actually, yeah, and this is something I don't like the show. I think the show's trash, but there is
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, going on a tangent here.
Yeah, but I will say
will agree
this:
with
the
that.
one thing
I have not seen
like,
this show. I don't know if I'm ever gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
I've read the comic.
The comics are good. The one thing I'll give the show credit for is how it never makes the zombies a major focus. There is this one thing that Nostalgia Critic pointed out, and I really agree
Nostalgia
with him.
Critic did a review?
He,
I
he
haven't
didn't
seen it.
review. He just did like a quick reference of it,
Oh, okay.
and he explains how the characters are the main focus.
Well-
you see the zombies in the background stumbling around, being stupid, basically just being mindless zombies.
Yeah.
But you see the characters in the center, the camera's focused on them, and you can barely see the zombies in the back. Why? Because what's the main issue here? The
People.
zombies or the people?
Yeah, it was the people.
And that's what it did. And I'll give the show credit for that.
Well,
Other
but
than
that-
that,
but
the
you-
show's trash.
But can you give the show credit for that? Because that's the premise of the comic.
That's the premise
and the
of
series
and that's
in general,
what that's
right?
what I'm but that's what I'm saying, because it didn't, at least it didn't ruin that.
Like,
It didn't
it's hard to ruin that because that's what it is, right? It's a drama. It was always a human drama,
Yeah,
right?
what's up with that Blanca mask? Oh, it's a
That's not
vampire
Blanca.
mask. Yeah. He laughs at it, stupid.
Blah. Anyway, I would say the best way to fucking because I've read the comic,
Yeah.
right? Just from the compendium you lent me, and I've seen like what the first 2 seasons of the show, or the first
season and the first half of the second season, because after that,
Yeah, the second season always turns everyone off. Well, not everyone.
yeah, clearly not everyone.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow, you
wow,
got
you-
up from that really fast.
Wow, that didn't even hurt your ankles or anything.
I'm gonna walk up to something here because, like, I want to keep going on character. I don't know if I've unlocked this or if I've already done it, but there's a moment here that kind of, yeah, here it is. So Chuck most of the time is a pretty serious character, and then you have something like this, which is totally out of character, in which,
Inconsistent.
yay, woohoo, yeah!
That's weird.
All right, now back to the game, back to the video game.
That was just a cutscene. That wasn't you playing it. At
You
all.
know
That's
that
weird.
that reminds me
Like,
of.
and the thing is that I have the volume turned down because recording.
But is he actually going? Wee?
Yeah, he
Yes.
goes. You know what that reminds me of? Did you play Gears of War 3?
Yes.
You remember that slide with Cole? It's a tiny ass
yeah.
slide. Literally, when you're playing as Cole, you can go up to it and he goes down the tiny ass slide and goes woo while he's going down the tiny ass slide.
Wait,
It's
which game?
Gears of War 3.
Gears 3.
Well, that's a little in character, don't you
Yeah,
think?
no, but that's what I'm saying. It was in character, and I thought that was really good because it worked.
Hey, does this look familiar? Do these signs look?
What is that?
I didn't see it.
Oh, it's the.
What's up with those high-tech sniper
This
rifles?
is like the same shop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just it's the same layout. They're basically recreating the shop.
Um,
There was never an enemy in here though, so like there's no real weight to having a gun. But I went
there's
an
no-
entire
there's-
playthrough
there's-
without caring as
wait,
to
hold
where
on.
it was.
There's nothing guarding guns.
No,
Wow, that's.
and you don't care.
Uh.
I went an entire playthrough going like, why do I need guns?
So,
I never needed a gun.
despite people complaining about guns being shitty in Dead Rising 1,
Like
'cause
guns
they
being
are, 'cause
shitty,
they
but
are.
they're
But you know
still
what?
useful.
That may have been like a gameplay, not even an oversight, just like technical
Yeah, like
fuck up,
a
like,
gameplay
it-
choice that
I
like
don't-
ultimately
I
was a
would,
bad
I would argue
decision.
that maybe it wasn't a choice. Maybe they just like fucked it up. Like they just didn't mean for it to be that bad, but it was. But it doesn't matter because
It's better if you use it like this in that game,
yeah,
like walking and spraying.
yeah. Because guns in that game were the only thing you needed them for were boss
Crowd
fights against
control.
people, right? I would say like crowd control, sure,
Mhm.
when you have an Uzi. Or
Yeah,
something.
with an assault rifle or an Uzi or a
But
rapid
for
fire
the most
gun.
part, if you have a pistol, you don't use it on the fucking crowd of zombies. You'd have like what, 15 bullets, 30 bullets.
You save it.
You save it until like you're fighting Carlos in the fucking food court, and you have to
And
have a
even
little
then, you get
shootout,
unlimited
right?
ammo in
And they
that
give you,
sequence.
they give you your gun, so you know that's what you're,
That
you're
zombie
meant
did
to.
not even connect.
You're stuck fighting the fucking inmates, right?
Yeah.
And you need a gun. You
Yeah.
need a gun. We fucking tried it. It's really hard.
I just want to point out that was fucking stupid, and I have no idea what the hell just happened. What the hell is that? That
Is that a pipe bomb?
seeing as to how the zombies always try to grab you and they never succeed, and then that zombie didn't even go into the animation, and then he somehow managed to grab you. Looked really confusing to me.
Oh, I was gonna say that my favorite thing about the because we got sidetracked.
Yeah, we were on character.
Yeah, we were on character.
Just-
And
just so you guys-
the Walking Dead, back real quickly back to that. My favorite thing about it is the fucking adventure game by Telltale. And
Yeah.
all the way up to the first season. Just I don't know how good the second season is. It seems to be doing pretty good. I'm sure the writers are just as good. But I feel like
Yeah, there's
just
some really good writers behind
that first fucking season by itself is all you need to know about
Well, hey.
the Walking Dead.
Can I get
and
on
that sort of thing.
Can I get on to a tangent further about
We're
that?
all going on tangent, so go ahead.
Well, yeah. But,
Well, he's still talking Walking Dead. Oh, go ahead.
Walking Dead. I think one of the writers is the writer for the new Star Wars. Was that a thing?
Yeah, something like that. But he was already doing like scripts before. Was the thing? That's what they were telling.
All right.
Me. What is that item?
Hey, look. Unique interactions. That's a cool thing that
Okay.
we didn't get into, but
Okay,
like that's
so-
the thing there. Okay,
so-
going back to character.
One thing that I was gonna say is because
Oh,
we're looking
yeah,
at
go ahead.
unique interactions is this is clearly like a technically not I don't know that I want to say technically superior, but this game has more
like more going on
Mhm.
yeah.
in
Because
like
it came out
Much more
later,
sound
right?
just going on the screen.
It was developed afterwards.
Yeah.
With the technology, the limitations were not as
Yeah, well, when we
limitations
figured
would be
out
limited.
like
We're
some
not
things
as-
about our,
small, right?
Limitations weren't as limited.
Yeah, it wasn't as limited.
we
as-
found a way to segregate some problems over to the side while.
We can have more items, right? All sorts of crazy bullshit items in this one, right?
Yes.
The map here is bigger, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, less interesting. So like some of the smaller things about the world are cool. Like I could tase this and I can get free money.
So it's not really even that this game is like, no, I can't say next gen, but like this game is like physically, like cosmetically superior, really, right? Like
it's got a lot of more novelty to it.
well, I mean, not just that. I mean, it looks better, right?
Ride the dolphin.
That's a little bit of what Dead Rising about. Like, yeah, I could fucking ride this dolphin,
It's a bucking bronco thingy.
and like it's a quick time event, and
What does this do?
that's a fun novelty. Oh, and I failed.
What does it do if you win? Does it give you experience?
It gives you money
Okay, all right.
from I don't know where.
What does the money do? Do you need money?
You can use it to buy Zombricks if you want to be a cheap bastard.
From
about
who?
it. That was funny.
Yeah, like there's
you
some
buy
novelty.
Zombricks from?
Going back to gameplay, there's some novelty to this game.
Yeah.
And
Well-
that was like really what kept me going through this game to the
Well-
end was what that is.
One. Oh man.
But, like, that's really good.
That should have been in the first one.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
the same exact satisfying feeling I got when I would kick the ball over the fence. and
Yeah, the
kill
soccer
all the
ball.
zombies, yeah.
This is the slapstick of it, right?
Yeah.
Well, you wanted to talk about character. You can go back to that.
Well, I'm trying to get back to the room, but yeah, like Frank. What was I gonna say about character? God damn it!
You got sidetracked pretty hard.
Like
Well,
I don't completely hate Chuck as a
Yeah.
character, but I don't.
So
like
then would you
him.
say would you say okay, or you don't like him or that you don't like his story? Like which is it? Because those are two different things, right?
What just happened?
I don't know. Cutscene? Didn't you let your daughter die? The game doesn't end there?
Oh,
Oh, the military's here.
the game ended. So like there was a clear like if you fail the game like this, it's like hey, there's more to the game. You should probably go through that story mode.
Which, to be fair, the fucking other endings in Dead Rising, if you didn't do the
Yep.
plot properly, same
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
Right.
And also, what is interesting is that
like this
Dead
game has the idea of all the endings are gonna follow a storyline.
Yeah, I was gonna
Wait,
say,
in
does
the
this
other
have
one-
only one storyline, or is that branching like different endings the way that
It
one did?
branches, but it branches from the storyline.
'Cause
Dead Rising original seems to
so
like
some of the endings
branch-
contradict each other.
yeah, some of the
right?
endings
So,
like you do nothing, you just leave, but the zombie outbreak doesn't spread out because of the bees. Because you're supposed to do something to stop the bees, but the bees never go out. Which actually, when I think about it, maybe because you provoke him in the first place, so
Yeah.
that's why he arms them. But like,
Wait, who's the one that arms me?
Carlito.
Oh, Carlitos. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but like in the end of the day, some of the levels, some of the endings seem to contradict each other. This one is like there's always something there on the like at the end of the final day that will keep the game going. You just need to reach
Yeah.
the good ending to see
we're talking
what.
about the differences with the endings. This
Yeah,
one?
because we just got the ending in which like you're caught by the military, and then like the doors open and oh, there's something outside. If you got a better ending, you might find out what it is. It's like Dead Rising 2 always seems to follow the storyline no matter what ending you get.
Mhm.
And I was saying Dead Rising
See,
1
had
endings
had
that
actual
seem to
different-
contradict
different
each other.
endings.
Actual
They-
different endings.
Yeah.
like you got one ending and
Interpretations of
something that should happen in the main storyline, the real canon ending, like something didn't happen.
See, and that's why when we were playing the game, I was interested in like, yo, so which one counts? Which one was the canon ending?
And it's the one we got
yeah,
for
at the
like,
very end. Yeah,
It's
very end.
our finale.
like since we're going in endings, like yeah, I do really think that that's an interesting thing that like we come from a game in which the canon ending clearly was the best ending,
Yeah.
into a game in which not doing
Right,
the
right.
best thing.
The
is
truth
the-
has
is
not
the
been shrouded
thing.
in fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's the ending. No. It doesn't tell you truth is shrouded in fog.
I know, but making the fucking anyway.
What does it say again?
I don't know.
What the
Yeah. Like it's because it does start with the
story is lost or something like that.
Yeah, the truth is shrouded in fog or something.
Something like that. But I was making the fucking Persona 4 reference.
But like, okay, so here we can tie it back into character. Is that the character dictates that
That's
his
your
actions wouldn't be the best thing.
In
two.
In 2? Oh, okay.
And like this character, there's no way he.
So he's not a good.
He's not the best guy, but
not,
look,
yeah.
He's the family man.
He loves his kid,
You know
and
what?
no one else.
He's just modern Guile.
He's a really sad guy. He lost the ability to do Sonic Boom.
Because he doesn't have his fucking flat top haircut anymore. He got old. This is what happens when you become a family man.
And you know what? I actually kind of do like the whole entire thing of how he just doesn't care. He just wants to protect his daughter, and and I feel like the only reason as to why he fights TK.
I'm okay with like really selfish personal like characters like that in character.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually my favorite kind of character.
You know who else is like that? Fucking the main guy in Berserk. Guts. He's like that. He doesn't do a lot of heroing or saving people. All he really cares about is casting.
No. My favorite use of that kind of character is when they like come to the epiphany that maybe they could be doing more with themselves.
Maybe I should be. Yeah, right. Like maybe.
Like that if they could,
and you know
the things could be better.
You know who has that character arc? Frank West.
Yeah, it's like, you know who has that. Yeah, that's why Dead Rising. Like I hold it up there. I die for that. Live and die for that game.
That
it's
really
on the
good.
list of all-time favorites,
games.
which is kind of muddled because there's not like a clear number one.
Yeah, well,
and
of
this
course,
one,
right? There's so many video games. Like to me, this one doesn't seem as memorable or as anything really.
And here's another thing. This scene is something that really annoyed me because this was stupid and just insanely out of place.
Look how indifferent his character feels. Look how he's always kind of
Hey,
like.
buddy, I heard you lost your wife in Vegas.
Hey, see,
Remember that time I ran over your wife with the car?
Well, I was like, what was the thing I came up with, Chuck? It's like, it feels like his face was modeled so that he can have the perfect, like...
furrowed brow.
Yeah, furrowed. So they made sure they could create the perfect
right,
furrowed brow. He was genetically engineered.
I know, look at his fucking cleft chin. Look at that fucking chiseled.
The most furrowed of brows.
Just to be so displeased.
He needs to scrunch them
He is the most
together.
He is the most anti-hero. But you know what? He's not the good kind of anti-hero though. Like you could say that Frank West, anti-hero as well, because of the fucking qualities that we described of him earlier.
R2.
There we go. I got it.
A thing if we can move on. I don't know if are we good to move on to a different topic. I wanted to say where does Dead Rising stand maybe as a series? As a whole,
it's got hardcore consistency.
So what?
Oh no, I was gonna. Before we do that,
What's the story of Dead Rising 1? What's the story of Dead Rising 2? What's the story of Dead Rising 3? Dead Rising 1. Frank West hears that there's a story that if he went in like a freelance, he could break some fucking news.
Yeah, right.
And his name will be like forever immortalized as like.
He's gonna get some fucking money. Right?
Yeah, he's not gonna get some money. He's gonna get
fame.
some fame, and people are gonna come to him for some stories in the future, like like a journalist would want.
That's what a journalist would do.
Yeah, that's what
he's almost like a paparazzi, really.
Yeah,
and I think that's
that's the attitude of the characters. If we're gonna tie into that, that's the attitude of the character through the gameplay. He's described as the survivalist, but he's not afraid to hold back his punches.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
I wish that was Snoop. I'm so sorry.
Did you see the way his jaw moved? He did.
Yeah, like a cartoon character.
Stretch and squash. There's a bit of cartooniness in this game that's
That's fine.
Yeah,
I think
it's a
that's-
style
yeah.
difference, but I don't agree with it coming off of the caricature, like
Like in
kind of like trying to emulate reality with the characters that were from Dead Rising 1.
yeah,
But,
this do you see more everything seems a bit more cartoony, right?
getting back to it, like, yeah, going through the game, Frank, you can feel from the gameplay, you could feel that he's determined to survive and like do the story. Through the gameplay, you're taking pictures, you're getting the scoop.
Yeah.
You're getting,
It's you
Yeah.
the player.
and
Then
And
you
it
were,
gives you a reason to take the pictures because you get points
you
from
get
it.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
And what did we say about leveling earlier?
Fuck,
That
yeah.
leveling is good.
Yeah.
It's a
Like,
well-designed game.
leveling is locked behind killing zombies,
Or taking
doing
pictures.
missions,
Yeah.
saving people,
Beating certain
taking
bosses,
pictures,
Right.
like experiencing the hell.
Getting the scoop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting the scoop, experiencing
The hell involved
the
in it.
world that you've been dropped into.
And every time you get a fucking new story, you do no plot. Fucking Frank himself as a character becomes more invested in what's happening.
yeah, well, like what happens in the story of the side missions? Let's take the cutscene where the girls are all being like chained up, and then there's the fat cop lady who's like
Lesbian
not
cop.
the
Oh,
best
yeah.
looking.
And was kind of
It's like-
molesting them with a fucking
Yeah.
baton. That was
Yeah,
pretty
Like
creepy.
what I don't remember what Frank's response is, but like
Yeah,
he's
he asks me, officer, are you sure you should be doing that? Blah, 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 yeah.
like like Frank gets the idea that wow, there's some
People are
fucked up things.
Yeah, people are kind of
Like
fucked up
I
sometimes.
need to like I should be helping people out of these situations.
Yeah, and then you know what? You kill her, and also the also notices the greengrocer, right? Like he notices the smell, right? Is when people die, and then you get the
Yeah,
bowels.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
He's
But-
like a lot of cutscenes. He's raising his hands defensively, like, hey, "Whoa, hey, calm down."
yeah, there's that, and then also every time you kill them, you beat them. He notices the smell, and then it's like you get the moment of them like. "Ugh." Sometimes they do the fucking Metal Gear death, and they tell you, "No, I just wanted to blah blah blah," right? And they tell you about themselves.
Yeah, with the
it
machete.
seems like with most of the villains you kill, a lot of them weren't
Bad people.
None of them were. Yeah, they weren't all horrible monsters.
They just
Some of
kind
them
of
were,
lost
like,
their mind.
Some of, yeah, and you know what? Like fucking, if you're gonna lose your mind, zombie apocalypse is like a pretty good reason to have.
Yeah, so through the
You have,
subplots,
like,
Frank's
fucking-
character is like, he's a scummy asshole, but he's not a bad guy.
Like when you're saving people, like when you fight certain of those characters,
Oh,
right? You kill them, but you don't feel like, yeah, I did it. Fuck you, right? You feel like, oh wow, that sucked. Every time you would kill one of them.
you're enticed
That wasn't great.
you're enticed to save people for the experience. You're enticed to save people
And sometimes you're
for the
enticed-
better rank.
And sometimes you're enticed to stomp their nuts when they're on fire.
Fuck you.
That was amazing. Come on. Yeah. So I was gonna say.
Lesbian love.
And,
come on,
like as the
show
story
us.
goes on, like
where are
you're
the
saying, he,
Uris? We need the Uris now. Anyway.
as you're saying, he
That
gets
girl just called you
invested.
Chucky. Anyway.
Yeah, he gets invested in the story. He himself like only came in to like
Yeah, he was
write about
for himself, and then afterwards he was a part
that,
of it.
that he was
a part
expecting
of the story.
to drop. Yeah, now that he became a part of the story and like has himself experienced the drama of it, he tries. He really wants to get out and publish the story, but for totally different reasons.
Reasons
Because
that he did at the
Yeah, yeah.
beginning. He's like, I need to
like
tell the story now.
people need to know the truth of the situation. To coming out, people really need to know the truth of the situation. Holy shit!
Yeah, this is fucked up. People need to know about this.
And like that's
character development.
That,
That's,
like,
that's character development.
so. I don't remember much of like how Chuck reacts to a lot of it, but he comes in like.
He comes in as very unrealistic
Yeah.
because of the way he reacts to certain scenes. He never develops, he never changes, and that leads to this unrealistic feel to him. However, I do
He
enjoy.
feels like a video game.
He
character.
feels like a video game character rather than
Right.
an actual person.
Rather than a
However,
character.
I will admit this. I
The,
will.
the first thing he says when like things are going wrong, Katie. So like there's essence of a character here.
Yeah, you have
And
elements.
A little bit. And you know, I think it's hardcore whenever they have a major character who never changes. They never change from their faults, and then you can
Oh,
see
that's
Chuck.
fine. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's kind of like a dark moral some stories have, right? It's like people don't change.
People
Some-
don't change, and you
sometimes
know
they
what?
don't.
And Chuck doesn't change. If you remember in Dead Rising 3, he becomes a fucking drug.
No, it's not. It's not to be taken like he's a villainous character. It's supposed to be taken like I'm a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Hey, you think you're bad enough to ride with me?
Are you a bad enough dude to save
You
the
know what?
best?
It kind of reminds me of what you said about how it feels as if Dead Rising 2 is going back to the original characters in Dead Rising 1 to like give it some leverage.
Yeah, it's like
I felt like Dead
it's
Rising
like
3
it needs to
was
hold
doing-
on
yeah.
to Dead Rising 2 and
like
dig
a
it in front
fucking-
of you.
like a
Yeah,
fucking
and Dead
handrail,
Rising 3 was
right.
doing the same thing as well. To which I will admit, it was pretty crazy, and I was not expecting that. But you can tell it was a little forced and kind of silly.
Wow, that axe does not.
Just kill Alice.
Looks like he
He's
just
already
swings
So,
that
like-
club.
fuck her up.
So here's
gone.
a big difference of character immediately is that you can save these people, like, and eventually the game will kill them off. But the idea that it lets you.
I don't
for-
like the way you just float over the fucking characters when you do
Yeah.
like that's the worst. Anyway,
Is that there's the essence of Chuck is like he knows what the right thing is coming into the situation
He
because
doesn't
he's
care.
been through like the worst of it.
but he doesn't really care.
He doesn't. He doesn't care.
For the most part, it's up to the player. So what?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, like I said, what is the game? I was about to say, what does the gameplay describe about him?
Katie!
No, into a cutscene where he's covered in blood, shouting, "Katie!"
That's all we know. He's a parent, right? That's the only thing I can think about when I hear.
Like, okay, the
Chuck
gameplay is like centered around trying to protect this little girl who literally just walked on screen.
Okay, so let's see what. Like,
it's
okay.
happening like
Okay.
what happened to mommy.
Okay, listen to me. You need to stay calm. Okay.
We need to get you out of here, so hang on tight.
Quick, use her as a woman.
Swing her around.
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
Dude, did you see 22 Jump Street?
So wait.
No, I haven't seen it.
No, I'm gonna tell you. There's a scene where like this drunk chick gets on Channing Tatum's like shoulders and
So
he
look
starts
at this.
spinning her around. Like
Oh,
a-
I've seen that on the.
So
fucking
this is
trailer.
like
Yeah, I
a
thought that was
sequence
really
that never
silly.
happens again, but
Just gonna chanting all over her Tatum.
but like you cannot pick up any items anymore.
What the fuck's wrong?
The instant Chuck has
What the-
Wow. Okay.
the instant Chuck has Katie, glitches start. No, the instant Chuck has Katie,
And frame rate starts.
he
dropping.
refuses to let her go. You can't drop her. You can't put him down. You can't put her in harm's way. She's always like by you. So there's some things that gameplay is describing about the character,
That's fine, I guess.
and like that's it. That's look.
Well, okay. Is okay? Katie's a little girl. Is she characterized at all? Because I feel like she probably isn't.
She's a little girl.
She's a little.
That's it, right?
She
That's
is
right.
little girl who sits in the safe room all day waiting
Like-
for you to give her
Like,
her
like you,
medication.
you know who else is a little girl? Fucking, we can go back to the Walking Dead, Clementine, right? And that's what she's there for. And same deal here.
Well,
really.
the is she there waiting for you to finish to solve all the problems,
Or does she
like wonder about the world herself
and start
and like
and get impressions based on what you do, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was very powerful.
so no
Right?
because you know
Fuck you for reminding me that I
The-
killed that brother
the
in front
idea
of
of
her.
Yeah.
children, like children themselves are trying to learn about the world around them
By
like,
watching people.
and
do
while
things
they're
that-
frightened by it, they're like
they
excited.
will still learn.
They
right?
still
Doesn't
have
matter.
the desire to learn because they're young and so like Clementine, everyone has said this, but like it hasn't been iterated enough. Clementine is the best child character who embodies the idea of a child.
I would argue
herself.
that she's the best child character. Pat had a thing where he was
Did
saying
you
that.
lick that salt box?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, there you go.
It was like,
Oh, that
don't
voice
lick
actor.
it. It tastes gross. Did you lick it?
Did she lick it?
No.
No. She doesn't
says-
say no. She says I don't know.
And she
She's
looks
like-
away.
Yeah, she's
I
like
don't
no.
know.
She's doing this number. I don't
Like,
know.
Anyway,
and
That's
it's a
great.
character moment, which
Yeah.
she got curious. It was
right?
like,
and that's
salt.
a little girl.
Oh, what if it tastes like salt?
That's a little girl, isn't it? Right.
Katie,
Pat had an argument in when they were talking about child characters because they've argued you just don't like child characters. It's like no, that's not true. Like not
the moment in Persona 4 with Nanako.
Yeah,
is one of-
Nanako's another
How
really
about we-
good child
How about
character.
we don't spoil that for you? Nanako is he thought the moment with Nanako was more genuine.
Well, no. Yeah, no,
And-
that moment is powerful.
It's pretty good. You're like,
Don't
oh
tell
shit.
me, okay?
Anyway,
And like most of the time, when you go home and talk to her, she's always got questions. She always
she
wonders
comes
what you're
in.
up to.
She's asking you about you. Like, who are you, big bro?
And no, not
she doesn't
just
even
that.
start calling
She
you big
come-
bro until like
Until someone like
you start getting the social link, right?
no, until she's like at the
The mall.
The mall. with
Junez,
you all.
when you invite her over with your friends, right? Because your friends are the ones who suggested at first.
Yeah,
right?
well, it was like teasing you about it, but then
Why
she
don't
actually
you
like,
bring Nanako?
yeah, big bro.
And she's like, yeah,
Brother.
Brother.
And she's like,
We'll
big
get into that
brother.
game.
and she's like, no fighting. I know. That's my favorite.
God damn it, not
And, like,
No,
she
no,
starts
just-
coming, starts coming to you for answers. Starts wondering about you. Like,
Did you just crack a smile right now? I swear I thought I saw Chuck crack a smile. It looked really uncomfortable.
no, that's like only.
At least it's not the like fucking the street shark grin that the dude from Deadly Premonition has.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
or he's got his eyes down and there's a shadow.
yeah,
over
fresh
him.
like a spring morning. Or what does it fucking say? I don't know what that line is. It
Fresh
used to,
like that ass.
It used to be like the title image for the TV tropes page on Uncanny Valley. It was great. Oh, Deadly Premonition, my favorite. Anyway, I feel like we need to play that game.
I told you people
I
wanted
already-
to play that game.
I already watched
before
I already watched
that
it,
playthrough came out.
I already watched all
I was
of
like,
it.
why do we need to play this game? No
but
reason.
I also need to watch Twin Peaks. I want to watch Twin Peaks.
I want to
Anyway.
watch Twin Peaks too.
Yeah, it's really good.
Anyway, so yeah, child characters.
Chuck, like,
What I was gonna say
The most
we got off on the
strongest thing.
tangent on child characters. When are you gonna get that? When you okay. This character feels like a plot excuse or device or whatever. She doesn't feel like a character.
she's a plot device. She's a gameplay device.
She's not a character.
She's not a character.
Not much of a character. There's a mechanic where you can give her gifts, and like
And then you
all
can
that's
feel, the parental, the fatherly love that you always fucking want to have in video games. Right?
Does she-
and no, and then all it is you hand the item to her, and she goes,
Fucking yeah, like a
and
seal.
then your experience goes up.
I just found it hilarious that you give her a pet tiger.
Yeah, you give her. If there's a tiger you find
I'm being that
in the
serious.
mall, you tame
I mean,
it
it's Las
and
Vegas,
put it
right?
down.
Is it actually Las Vegas? Is it
Yeah,
straight?
it's,
Yeah, this
it's not Las Vegas.
It's the thing from
Lost-
GTA.
Look,
Las-
she has a PSP.
It's Las Vegas. I mean, I guess
look,
I guess
yeah.
that's fine as a.
how I really.
I guess that's fine as
Look how fucking-
him like,
I don't
okay,
know when
here,
they
put on
her.
put on your headphones and your PSP or whatever, and just play your game. Just don't pay attention to anything, right?
You know, and I always find
That's
that to be-
literally just
Wait,
to
you know what? You
detach
know
her
what?
from this
Okay.
completely.
Then we can move
Clementine is you stay next to me and no one else is gonna fucking
There was
touch
this-
you
there was
or
this one
anything.
time-
on. Can we
This is
move
what I
on to
was
Dead
saying.
Rising 3 then, where
Wait.
Katie is actually a character? Spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she becomes a character as a
How old is she
teenager.
then?
She's like 22.
It's like some 10 odd years
Oh,
later
I
after
don't
Dead
know. I don't
Rising.
know that.
Yeah, she's like 21,
It's
22.
like, hey, yo, she's old enough to be on the market. You down?
It's like,
I'm like, oh man.
And like Chuck Green comes in, he's giving you
And
that.
then
Yeah,
like-
Chuck Reese. Like, don't.
He has the
You need a social link with me first before you can touch my
Going
daughter.
up with his mouth, you know that he's like that
Like a dog
permanently all the
growling
time.
Yeah,
dog.
his
He's
grimace
like
face
that
got worse
permanently.
over time.
Yeah, his hair's all gelled back
Okay.
like Elvis and shit.
Here's the first item you see when you walk out the door is a fire axe. You want to know what you could do with this fire axe? Well,
Break the gut. No.
yeah, actually, yes.
Um,
That's not a joke.
I want to say I want to go on one final tangent. When I saw it,
Sure.
when he saw Katie put on like the headphones, that reminded me about a scene I saw in a movie a long ass time ago, where the father has his daughter and he tells her to put on her headphones and listen to music, and he goes into the other room and all he hears is music. She closes her eyes and the screen goes
Yeah.
black and you hear the music and he shakes her. She opens her up and the dad's covered in blood. And he says,
Yeah.
"Okay, let's go." And,
Oh.
and when I saw that, I thought that was hardcore.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen that before too.
Mhm.
but
Well,
I don't
actually,
think I
let's
remember.
not move on to Dead Rising 3 yet because there's still like the ending. In
And
which,
it was flaccid.
yeah,
This one?
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a little flaccid.
Okay, well, no, we need to take. We need to use the canon ending because, like, now that there's a
Yeah.
canon ending,
Oh, look, you got metal blades like Mega Man.
yeah, you could throw them like Mega Man. Look, you do.
Twant. Does it make the fucking twant noise when you throw them?
No, it makes it kink.
That's
Yeah,
fucking lame. Anyway. This should be the most broken OP shit like Mega Man. Anyway.
Oh, you can skip. That's the pro in this game.
The ending, which you know the ending of this game.
You kill the black guy.
Yeah, that
you
guy.
you said the villain died, like or
the Liam Neeson guy that was
antagonist.
right there. That was like, hey, I'm the janitor here.
Yeah, he's the second. He's like a security guy.
Yeah, he's working for the bad people.
Yeah, and you have to
because
find him.
because zombies.
He's just combining an axe with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, you know what that makes? The best item in the game.
Mhm.
This kills bosses in like. Okay, so there's this charge move you get for this weapon when you get the card itself. I don't have it right now because I'm not the level for it. I think I get it in like one level. But when you do the charge
It's
move,
just a few points really. Like your meter's already full.
you this charge move turns into a spin that has
it's a
five
spin attack.
5 to 6 hits.
You get the spin attack. The hurricane spin.
Which, if I had an enemy, we're gonna go walk to like some character enemies right now. This weapon hurts. It does a lot of damage. So
Yeah,
5-6 spins in a
you
row,
want-
you're
you
gonna kill people.
You want to go to a character with a health bar so you can see how much it's doing, right?
So like, are we
Well,
gonna
that's not
to
gonna
go back to the Liam
Yeah.
Neeson looking bad guy? It was a challenging fight, but not in the
no,
fun
no,
way.
no. It's not. Yeah, it's not that hard. It's interesting
Like an
because
artificial-
it's like, hey, come at me. You're not having all your weapons taken away like this game.
But you have all your weapons taken away if you get stupid.
Oh, you know what?
Well,
That's
But like he has melee
He has-
that will take away your weapons.
He takes away the weapon and
Oh,
he
that's
breaks it.
shitty.
Yeah.
Like no, it's not that he breaks them or that he takes them away. It's that he throws them on the ground, and because like it's a small platform,
You can't go get him.
well, you can get them,
but the moment
but like
you go get him,
you're stuck
You're
in
open.
animations.
You're
He can
open.
kick you out of and stuff.
yeah. There's this other
So
thing
like
where it's
you're like, hey, fight me.
yeah.
But then again, you could take the hammer axe and you can spin around 3 times, and as long as you play the keep away game, he won't hit you, and that'll kill him. So like
and,
that's
and,
like,
and here's the thing: the tiny platform you're on, you can actually jump off of it. But the moment you jump off of it, he calls in airstrikes to shoot you.
yeah, he
all
calls in
over.
airstrikes and starts shooting you with
Yeah.
a piece.
Wow.
Gets a piece. But like, that fight is interesting because there's shouting going on beforehand, like
Yeah.
like all the way up to it. They start getting at each other's throats, like they're ready to fight.
That's cool. That's cool. Let's.
I like it. I
We
like
can't.
that build.
We can't. Yeah, we can't take away. We can't say like
Yeah,
this
don't-
thing doesn't have moments because like
Everything
has moments, right?
Everything has
We
But-
can't
moments.
take
yeah, there you
wow,
go.
that dude was just dead instantly. Okay.
But
I don't know how strong the looters are normally, but like.
well, here's a
hit him-
flashlight.
Hit him with a
Here's a
something.
pretty good weapon. 1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5. Wow. Okay.
5 flashlights.
Damn.
5 flashlights to
So yeah.
yeah. We
It's
can't take away from the moment that like the game has created, and they're
Because I mean.
but they're not the most executed. I'm explaining them to you better than they were executed. Like it's kind of like from talking like this to talking like this. It's not like full on like
It's over.
it's not that or
Yeah,
the Caesar moment,
Yeah. Okay.
but which the shouting's really good.
Oh yeah. What? Oh sure.
Yeah.
Pass. Puff pass.
But take it at face value. There's a really good moment there.
Yeah. It's just like poorly
It-
executed, maybe.
Poorly executed and
So
getting past it
I
is
feel like-
not really much there in the first place. Like I'm describing to you a scenario that sounds better than it is.
Oh.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
So I
that's
feel
the
like-
idea of Chuck Green is that he's he can be described better as a character
So,
than what he is.
That seems to be like a microcosm of what this whole entire game is, right?
It could
It was a sequel.
It's a sequel
But
that can be described better than what it is.
No,
Yeah.
the one that is executed poorly and is somewhat misguided, right? I would say.
Well, actually, the word I would describe it is probably closer to home, amateurish.
Amateurish.
Because this was a new company. This was a new team that put the game together. They Capcom was never gonna make a sequel to Dead Rising,
Yeah.
and honestly, at that point, I was totally okay with it.
So then,
I was pining
so
for
then
New
who-
Dead Rising because
So then, who wanted this game? Was it KG?
who wanted this game?
Yeah.
It was the small team that said we
Hey,
can
we'll do it.
we can do it and we'll prove it to you.
Okay.
And
So-
they proved that they can make a zombie game. Does it hold up to Dead Rising? I don't think so. I personally don't think so. They improved something like
They improved the AI.
look. Well, no, it's not they improved the AI. It's
Look
the
at this
opposite. They nerfed the zombies. Look how they don't fucking hurt.
They don't even try to. They don't aggro the moment you get close to them like they do in Dead Rising 1.
That's really no. They're just.
What-
They
what
just
is that?
fucking like charge you.
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh
Because,
shit.
like people were talking about this game like, wow, they improved the AI. No,
No.
they made the zombies worse.
No, you know what? If they say they improve the AI, the one of the biggest gripes we had with the first one is those fucking look at those NPCs. It looks like they haven't improved that at all. Actually, look at. Is that person supposed to be following you or no?
She's already in the shop
She's
with you.
following me.
So then there you go. The fucking AIs got stuck in like little animation loops or dumb little AI things that were in Dead
Like
Rising 1.
that
like,
were an annoyance, but never like a big problem.
Made saving groups of survivors hard, but never like one survivor, because you can just fucking literally just hold their hand, right, or piggyback
hands.
them,
or give them an item,
or
that
give them
will-
a weapon, right?
and heal them and stuff. You could still do that thing where you guide them.
Why do you look like Tony Hawk?
Because he is, man. Fuck.
I put the shirt on.
It's a Tony Hawk outfit,
Is
bro.
is it just the shit you're wearing that's baggy, or is
It's
like Chuck
baggy,
Green-
like, yeah.
I was gonna say is Chuck
It's-
Green cut like did he just suddenly get big?
It's supposed to be
swole.
kind of like. I got swole.
Every
You're
time
so-
you use that word, it makes
so
me
small.
snicker.
I know. It's a
It's a really fun word.
I always thought that word was hilarious. Anyway.
Brick. Oh, the brick
You know,
exploded.
swole. Frank
The brick
West.
evaporated.
Anyway. Yeah.
So yeah, there's more to be described about the game than what it is. That's what I was getting at. And, like it feels amateurish. Cause they said we can make a game, we can prove it to you. Here's the
So
game,
this is
and
comparing.
it looks like Dead Rising 1.
Okay, so again, this
Looks
is
like
this
Dead
is
Rising 1.
Does
this
it play like Dead
this
Rising?
is Dead
1?
Rising 2
Um,
to Dead Rising 1. So yeah.
But like, okay, so what happened afterwards? Well, they said, well, we proved it to you. Now let's make another one in which we
Years
we
later,
can
now
we
that
can
we have
expand
more.
and do better, and they do,
They did. Okay.
and they did. It's a better game.
And the Capcom expansion dealie was a really clever, very self-aware in-joke that Capcom made, and I'm happy that they did.
Well, what was it?
What do you remember the title? Do you remember the title? Was it Dead Rising 3?
Well,
Super
no, I'm not-
Ultra
Oh
Arcade,
yeah, that one. Yeah.
fucking
Hyper
Hyper
Super-
HD remix.
Super
whatever.
Alpha Hyper HD Remix XD.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, that's great. I haven't played that, but I would like to.
I really
try
want to play
I will
that.
try
It
that
looks
when I
so
get a chance.
fun.
Oh,
It's not time for my Zombrex, right, Dad? Okay.
Right.
You just get the hedge clippers. Oh, it's scissors.
So like, Dead Rising 3 again. Don't know much about it. Mondo, can you describe it?
Dead Rising 3. It tries to be more open worlded by getting rid
It's
of
a bigger
the load
game.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
a
I
nice
was-
game. It's
by
Okay.
getting rid of the load screens.
Okay,
However,
that
I feel like
game, I forgot about it in gameplay, but that game holds up under some goddamn pressure. Like
don't go down as
no, it's not even the frame rate doesn't go down as zombies are on screen, but like the render distance for zombies to come on screen is full map.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's
yes,
impressive.
that is really.
Well,
But
not
you know what, that's-
not actually full map, but,
but
like, you
that's
get the
next
idea.
gen,
Like
yeah.
everything you can see.
Everything your Horizon. it's as big as your head.
And you know what? That sounds like it would be a problem, but I feel like it's actually a plus.
And, like,
because
even-
it gives you, it makes you want to go and look at what they developed, what they
Right,
put
well,
in there.
it's the world.
Because if it's open world, then that means they've had to at least put some interesting shit in there,
Like-
and they did.
Like, it looks like
They
a
did.
better game to play. Like, it's still a game about, like, the zombie killing.
The game
Is the game about the zombie killing, like, interesting now? Yes.
yes.
Like, they did a better job improving on what this game was.
Give you an example. The block of mask in this game, once you combine it with like a fucking car battery, it's boring and stupid.
Right, it gives you
In
the
this
bug.
one, it's boring because you can only put it on a zombie, and the
Oh,
zombie
okay.
gets electrocuted to death. In Dead Rising 3, you put it on,
and
you just
you
go
get-
there and you boom, and you
do the
become
block
Blanca
up-
yourself.
Yeah, that's sick. Actually.
It's fucking fun. The
But
game-
it like at that point, if you're going to go for it, this is a zombie
That,
killing.
you know what?
fun
You know what's
game.
cool that I saw from Dead Rising 3 is you get that dude's like fucking like I don't know if it was a halberd or some kind of like fucking staff weapon, and once you get that, your attack animations are like crazy flips and shit, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm too much flips.
yeah,
It's like this game felt like it was trying to stay grounded with like the tone of a
dark
series
tone,
game.
and then
But then the next
but
one was
also-
like, we don't fucking care anymore. We're just
Yeah.
gonna make a game about killing zombies.
Yeah,
What's
it's just,
fun
and you
this
know
game.
what? That was
Right.
really neat. I think I said earlier on of how like I feel that may have been a problem with Dead Rising 3 that it would try to be dark at times and serious.
But yeah, it tries
But
to
I
be
think-
serious, but it, like the gameplay knows what it wants
Yeah,
to
the
be.
I
gameplay
feel like-
knows,
I feel
and I
like-
give it credit. You know the gameplay knows what it wants to be when one of
'Cause
the
you can see
bosses
it,
is
right?
when one of the bosses' main attacks is that she fucking fucking chokes you out with her tits, and then punches you in the balls, and then she runs away with
Oh,
her
she's
golden
poison?
desert.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
shit,
poison.
she's
Yeah,
poison,
she
yeah.
runs away with her golden desert eagles. Going
Wait, can't you just play as poison in that fucking arcade?
I think you can.
Oh,
He plays Tofu in that game.
Oh
no, you don't play as
yeah,
Tofu.
the best Resident Evil.
Yo, I
character.
love that it's a character
No.
you get from beating Resident Evil 2 like
Yeah.
9, 10, how many times?
No, it was like fucking S rank run, which is like no first aid sprays, and you have to beat it like within like an hour.
Did you
or
ever
two.
get that?
My brother and I did, and we didn't know what it was because we read it in like a fucking old game magazine, right? So it was just like tofu, unlock tofu, and we're like, what the fuck? Is that just like a character? Because the one before that is Hunk, right?
Yeah.
And Hunk is super cool, and you get his little side mission or whatever, the little gameplay deal that you get to use where you play as him. And we expected something cool like that, like Hunk, and no, you play as a block of white tofu. Well, tofu, which is white, just a white block, right? And the only thing that you have and can use is a fucking knife, and that's it. Just the knife, and the knife in the RE2, and just all the games before 4. No, don't use a knife.
No,
You want to
the
die.
knife was like fine. The weird thing about the knife was that as the difficulty went up, a lot of the weapons' damage went down, but not the knives. So like in harder difficulties, the best weapon in the game became the knife.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about in the old ones, or are you talking
Yeah,
about
in the old ones.
Yeah. What was it?
I remember that's a legit thing for like
There are certain moments like the knife is fine. If you have like height advantage, like you're standing on something and the zombies are below you, you can just stab them and you can save all your ammo.
Yep.
That's what I've always done with the knife. That's my only use for it. But yeah, let's just say my brother and I did not fucking hide our disappointment when we fucking unlocked tofu. What the fuck was that shit? Why would they do this? Why would they
someone
do
was
this?
bored enough to put that in the game.
Yeah, it was really fun. Well, you know, we also did the fucking. We literally got like everything in fucking RE2. Like, I don't think there's like a single Easter egg that I haven't seen of RE2. Like, we got the shooting the cannon.
Unless it's something that no one's seen yet, like people have yet to discover it, you've probably seen it.
We got it.
Is that what you're saying?
We got it. If you're talking about the Easter egg of the film D, we got it.
What's film D?
So there's West. You can go to in RE2. You can go to the stars desks, right?
Oh yeah, that's a funny one.
In the police department, there is the head desk is Wesker's desk, but it doesn't say so.
Yeah.
You can see.
It's
you can
clearly
see
Wesker's
yeah,
desk.
you can see Chris's and Jill's desks, right? I think.
And they don't describe it as Chris and Jill's, but it's
One
clearly-
of them just straight up does.
Oh,
tell you.
okay.
I think.
Well,
Chris,
yeah, yeah,
Chris's, right. You know that it's Chris's.
because of the
There's a
family
letter,
connection.
right? And then you get a fax. Jill's desk, it's obvious that it's hers.
Yeah, and then the head one, the one at the front is Wesker's. And you search desk, which usually you just when you tap A in the environment of art in Resident Evil, right? It just gives you a little flavor text, right? Like, oh, there's just paper strewn about. There's nothing useful here. What the fuck was that? Why is it made of rubber?
Did you see that?
I saw that.
It like bounced around up and down,
Like a
and then
fucking
it
Super Bowl.
hit the ground.
God damn, it's later than I thought it would
Yeah,
be.
it's like 2.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Wait, what time?
2:30, man.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, off now.
Oh. Okay.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
that
we need to be up early. Or late. I don't know what.
Fucking. You search Wesker's desk.
I know what you're talking about
50
now.
times. You see the same flavor text 50 times. You just read it. It's like, oh, nothing, there's paper strewn about. You see nothing useful here. You do that 50 times. Suddenly you found Film D, right? It's just you picked up Film D, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? There's other film in the game, and usually there's some text attached to it, and it's like, oh, okay, some background stuff, right? Like, oh, this is, oh, what the fuck? That was weird. This is like, oh, the first victim of the T virus found in Raccoon City Park, right? Or this is a picture of the tyrant.
Yeah.
But this one is just a picture of Rebecca in the basketball uniform, and it just says like, oh, this is gonna be a STARS member recruit. That's it.
That's it?
That's it. I don't know why it's there.
No one does.
I don't know why it required you to search the desk 50 times. But
I don't know why it's at Wesker's desk.
Wesker.
I'm looking this up.
She was like 15 or 16. She's the youngest STARS member, right? Maybe 18.
I think 18.
That's maybe in English.
I know. I know legal
Yeah,
is
well,
the idea.
in English, right? I know.
Yeah, no. The idea is depending on localization.
Yeah, exactly.
She's legal.
Yeah, let's just say. And she's a cutie in fucking Resident Evil 0, so that's whatever. Anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah.
That's besides
But that's
the point.
that's all you get. I don't know why that's there. But my brother and I found it. We must have had like tips and tricks or some shit. Because I remember us finding a magazine and that it happened to have that in there.
By the way, when your guy did that fucking
Radical, bro. One last thing. Where does Dead Rising stand in zombie mythos? Just in general, right?
Hmm.
Where do you think Dead Rising stands? On the sliding scale of zombie apocalypse or zombie scenarios, from like Walking Dead to like
I feel like
Rage virus of
this
28
might feel
weeks.
like-
Oh, you mean like end of the
Or
world
Resident
to like
Evil.
not a problem?
Yeah, like
I feel like
what
it's
is it?
trying to be. I feel like it's trying to be a situation of not a problem, but it keeps going. But it keeps giving off the feeling of end of the world.
Yeah, it's
Even
like
though you know, no, it's just this. Literally, this one specific location.
Yeah.
You
no.
know?
I think it's trying to be. Yo, zombies are fucked up.
I would agree.
And
to
the
what
scenario
you say,
of a zombie apocalypse
because
is fucked up.
every time every time I've seen artwork for any of the Dead Rising games, it's like, holy shit, this is a big area that is overrun.
Yeah.
Is it that? Remember when I asked at the beginning here, is this local or is this worldwide?
It's local.
It's
And
local.
and then the next one is local as well.
Yeah,
So-
and like there's always crazies. There's always like the story with
Which I'm sure is
with
just because
corruption and like evil.
I'm sure
so
that's
like
the
I always feel like
conventions of the Dead Rising, right? Because they're doing traditional, I guess, right? It's already become tradition at this point.
This is all I found at Film Day.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. It's not great.
there's
It's
no
not-
text
I say it's
behind
zero.
it.
Did you look at the face?
Yeah, it's a weird face.
There's no text behind it,
Yeah,
and it's just there.
No, I think it says recruit or some
No,
shit.
that's it.
I don't know if that's the. I don't know. I know that's the photo. Like I know that's the picture.
It's fucking weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's just in his desk.
I don't know why that's there.
I don't want to say
Dead Rising 3?
Is Dead Rising 3?
Oh wait.
Dead Rising 3? Dead Rising 3 is fun? Dead
No. I mean like what were you saying about
About zombies?
the scale of the zombie apocalypse?
I don't want to say it is. I'm not about to consider Dead Rising series zombie apocalypse because it's not.
No, it's not an
It's
apocalypse.
always closed
It's-
location.
Yeah, it's it's what was I saying earlier?
So then.
It is a messed up situation.
Okay. So like
It's like
as a Capcom
a-
game.
So okay, it's out of hand zombie situation.
like
So-
earthquakes, tsunamis, zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's a what do you call it? A
disaster, but not
Yeah.
a fucking
Not a
giant
natural
world.
disaster.
Yeah, not a natural disaster.
Alright, so a zombie disaster. So there's it. Yep, I categorize it that.
I was gonna say, so then it's as much as this game's different from like sets itself apart from other zombie scenarios in video games, right? Seems to slide a little bit more along the side of like the original Resident Evil games than I originally thought, I guess, right?
Yeah, a little.
Because it's always been this kind of goofy scenario, like Resident
Like,
Evil's.
there are zombies here. We need to solve it. Like in the Dead Rising series, it's always there are zombies here, and we need to wait for someone to solve it.
Yeah, let's have fun while we're doing it.
And,
Which is and Resident Evil has been entered the survival horror, right?
Yeah,
the very
yeah, yeah.
beginning of RE.
and like
Resident Evil 1.
Dead Rising is trying to get the fuck out of the survival horror.
Yeah.
Please leave.
Fun. Let's have pointless stupid fun with our Blanca mask, you guys. No, you need to be survival horror, limited resources, little to no health items.
Dead Rising took a tonal shift from like the story driven horrors of the apocalypse to like
So that's
the human drama of the
To-
apocalypse.
It took away the human drama. of
to
it.
just like
It is like
slapstick
almost
made it.
secondary.
So like to almost like just slapstick goofy comedy with.
Well, I mean, like there's a sequence in which you need to sneak up onto TK.
Well, I was just saying the series like 2 and 3.
Yeah, there's a sequence and you need to sneak up on TK. So what happens is that people on motorcycles come out and attack you like Mad Max style. Like they're circling around you, and then you beat them up. You take their bicycle and you chase them down in the underground tunnels.
Secret tunnels, secret tunnels through the mountain. Secret tunnel.
You chase them down, into which like after a long section of like beat people up while walking through the cars, basically could be described in all the way to the front, into which TK shoots the front car lock and then like it detaches.
What makes me
And
laugh
it's
is
like,
how he
oh.
aims it this way and he doesn't even pull the trigger. He's literally like no recoil,
Wow.
not even pulling the
Just
trigger.
just a magic gun.
He's using the powers of his mind.
Wow.
That was kind of like, oh well, that happened. Okay, let's go back to the save house and wait for things.
Okay,
That's
so
the latest
then
sequence we won't get to watch.
Okay, so then I think we can safely wrap it up. Dead Rising 1. We fucking really enjoyed the shit out of that game, and we can still play it.
We could still. I still want to play it.
You're just wrong in playing it, Michael. That's it.
We were upset at you for. You know what? We got upset at you because we wanted to play it ourselves, basically. Like that, we were backseat gaming because that's a game you can backseat game.
Yeah.
So I think
You saw that? She like
She's all like,
what the fuck?
she's
like
like,
her model was placed.
Zombrex. What the fuck? And that was Dead Rising 2.
It's like I am awake and give me Zombrex. Okay.
and then she's like, there now, ching, V has come to.
That's my favorite. What
Yeah.
does that even
Dead
mean?
Rising 2, I feel like we still need to play this game to like fully grasp the hole this game goes down.
Yeah.
Which, you know what?
No,
This
I
made
don't
this
like
game
it,
more
yeah.
bearable. Co-op. The game is a lot more bearable.
Does it have normal
co-op.
normal co-op?
Yeah, it's not
Online.
local
Oh,
online.
okay. That's-
So
Alright.
bring Ruben's bring Ruben's Xbox and like have it run.
Tell Ruben to bring his piece.
A proper piece.
Um.
Yeah, this game's a lot more fun. It feels like it was.
Dad. Anyway, the next case will occur at 7 a.m.
Dead Rising 3 was like all around feels like a better version of Dead Rising 2 with a better character too. Like to boot, it's got a better character.
Yeah, immediately we
it's
said
fun.
naive, innocent kind of character.
But we didn't really get into that. We didn't get much into the character.
But we don't know enough, so.
Well, I feel like we know enough to like scratch it, which is.
Well, Mondo knew enough.
Well, I watched a bit of
But
that. Like,
we're
the
getting-
gameplay describes them not the way the story describes them all too much.
Well,
But like
yeah,
the
so
story
there's-
sets him up as like he feels like like the others depend on him to do this, so he goes out and does it. But he's not all that like ready to just do
Yeah.
it. Like he's like
They're putting him on the spot, right?
Yeah,
I guess I have to do this. Oh no.
Yeah.
But
Toshio.
I've never killed a person before. It's actually a lie.
Things are not as they seem.
Wait, no.
You are free. He's like, no, it's like you are
You
slave.
are free now.
Like, you are slave.
You are a slave.
Want
One man.
emancipation.
Like it's just that they just like hijacked the. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Right. We have this picture of Chuck Green in costume. Now here he is again.
It's weird. It was weird to me that like with the fucking with the arcade game that they haven't crossed over Dead Rising and Resident Evil. They're both owned by Capcom. Why the
Well,
fuck
they
not?
did Tofu.
Well, no.
But-
You know what? They did cross over in cross-boring.
In crossbar?
In cross-boring. In Project X Zone.
There's Resident Evil and
Dead Rising. Frank West is teamed up with Senko. And Jill and Chris are over in the
Oh,
corner
okay,
doing
that's
their
cool.
business.
But do
And then
they
they go invade the House of the Dead
Do
Mansion.
any of the characters interact in that game? Like,
Yeah,
do
they
have
all
to?
interact
Really?
in that game. At some point,
Wish that game was fun.
Which
it's
one?
a fan service game, so
Yeah.
if you're really invested in all those three companies,
And the-
you're gonna like it. But like, how much do you
It's
care?
which game?
it's a slog. Project X Zone or whatever believe it is, or Cross Zone rather.
Well, it's got the problem of being a bad RPG.
Yeah.
But that's not Dead Rising.
Yeah, let's not discuss that.
Well, Dead Rising 2 might have the problem of being a bad RPG. They're replaying footage of a broadcast that's over.
Wait, this?
Yeah, like in the background of the
You said,
shot, the shot of
Yeah.
oh, it's still going on.
She's right there.
It doesn't say live at all. It's just looping.
Right there.
Dead Rising 2 might have like the problem of being like an unfulfilling, unrewarding RPG with like bad level.
Well, it's an action game with fucking really tacked on RPG elements. It seems.
Well, it's funny because it feels like that coming from the last game, which did the exact same thing but better.
But well, no.
Imagery.
See, I said tacked on because
Well,
it's
too late,
because it's like because it's a sequel. The first one had it because it was gameplay mechanics. Like when we said like, oh, take pictures because it'll help you. You'll survive.
Okay, no, you want to know what I do remember about 3 was that you get to choose what you level up in 3.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So like that makes
So that's like more of an RPG element than like that's more heavy. What the fuck that?
Yeah, remember it?
Why aren't the physics of gore?
Okay, gotta wrap it up.
do it.
Yeah.
Why don't we just be here forever? We've got about almost 2 hours. Let's keep going for.
I think. Well, I mean, I think we spoke enough. We spoke at length about pretty much everything to do with 1 and 2.
2, I just said it's better with a friend. It's if you really have to, like, you want to know more about the universe and like see a continuation of the story. Sure, go ahead,
It's
play
a
this
sequel,
game.
right?
Unless you're like the most forgiving, you're not gonna exactly
fuck?
forgive it. I don't know. I'm just trying to like kick it onto the wall, and it's not doing.
So much for
I
that.
just
one.
want to let you know, like,
Wooden
there's
slats.
this one part where it slid behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that it wave dashed.
Wooden slats are mystical creatures. And
I'm too close to
They're
the wall.
fickle as they are. What the fuck? Why is it flashing?
Everything I
It's
touch
bad
dies.
Bad fluorescent lighting? Okay, whatever, that's fine.
Hey, it's the lighting of the area.
I don't know what it is about this like paint job of this like area. It reminds me of something in like Half-Life. Half-Life 2. Nova Prospect.
Dead Rising
I
3
wanna play Half-Life 2,
is
yeah.
really good, but like we're still in like at the start of a console generation, so there's still the talk of, but is it worth like?
Is
buying
it
the new
actually?
console?
Is it
Yeah.
actually next gen?
To which I believe I'm going to say no.
I
feel like it
I-
could have been a really late 360 game,
Yes.
right?
actually am inclined to disagree. I think that is the game. Like it
You know
serves the
what?
same purpose as Dead Rising 1 in that it's to test the waters
Yeah.
of the new generation. What
Because you.
What was the actual jump like Dead Rising 1 was trying to like push?
feel like you
it
could-
was the size, scope, and it was
I
what
feel like-
what it could push to the
I
limit.
understand what you're saying, how it is a good intro game.
Like,
for
what-
concentration, but I felt no motivation to like wanting to get an Xbox One
It's
to
not a
play.
it's not
It
a
does-
killer,
no,
it's
no,
not
no.
a killer app. It's not something you need to have.
Yeah.
It's that it's a good game, and it's like it helps that it's on the new generation.
Yeah.
But like, what?
Like, we'll play
how
it
much?
when we
how much
don't
of the
have to
game needed
pay
to be
for it
removed
at
for it
full.
to be on this generation? Is
Right.
what you're wondering.
Yeah,
And
it's-
I think it's a lot more than you're giving it credit for.
Like, okay, well, it's graphically and like just
Like,
more powerful game, right?
and you know what? No. For the locale to be as interesting as it is, it needs to like be shaped the way it is, and there needs to be as much on screen as there is. That demo was, what was it? It was like outside someone's house. I'm talking about the first demo they ever did at E3 for Dead Rising. When it's like super scripted, that guy has a wrench and then he for some reason throws it, and it's like, why would you throw that?
In which game? In
Dead Rising 3 when they were demoing
I-
it for the first time.
I didn't see that. I don't know.
Okay, the first time they ever demoed it, it's like a clearly scripted, like, okay, so we've got all the zombies set up in this way that you're gonna punch one or two, you're gonna grab this item that's clearly placed here for you to demo it off,
Intentionally.
show off the new mechanic, then you're gonna throw it for some reason so you can walk into the building. It's like someone's backyard, you're gonna walk into their house, grab two items on the fly on the floor, put it together because
Yeah.
that's the
You don't need a room.
yeah, that's the new mechanic is that you could do it off of the workbench. You don't have to do it off the workbench. Then we're gonna show off. You can drive a car
Yeah.
because there's a car in the front lawn. You can
Metal
drive that
Gear.
for a bit. You're gonna get on a highway. Then we're gonna show off the phone that we've got the transmedia. That I'm describing that. It's like, okay, backyard, house, down the road, and then like it ends on the highway where airstrikes come down and blow some zombies up. That was a really, really like interesting view. Like we got a good look of the world, and it looked interesting. We got a good look of the weapons, and those looked fun. And we got a good idea of scope. And I felt when I saw that trailer, this could only have been done on the
On
next
the next
generation.
gen, okay.
Like real talk.
Okay, and that's fine. Mondo was just saying that like he wouldn't go out and
Yeah,
buy
it's
an
not-
Xbox.
No.
It is not
Is
enough
it
to
worth
make me
getting
wanna
a
go-
360? Is it worth getting Xbox
One.
for the game?
No.
No. I don't think any one game is really worth getting a
Yeah,
whole
not
1,000
yet.
for.
I don't-
What the hell just
well,
happened? Did you
just-
notice
it's like
that? No,
zoomed
no,
in
no.
on his face.
No,
really
it's
weird.
not that the zoom in. It's just that it's almost as if the character animation was. He went back to just being just that. But
Yeah,
yet he
like-
was still in the cutscene.
That's weird. It might have been a glitch. Yeah, like, you know what other game probably is not worth the generation? Is not
Yeah, there it is. Like I said.
not the herald of the next gen? Fucking Watch Dogs.
Hey. So now that I have it, here it is. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's a spin attack.
I didn't hold it out in full length. 1, 2, 3, 4,
It's the
5,
hurricane spin.
6,
Oh
7.
yeah, that's the hurricane spin. Wow, you don't even get dizzy. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, like
Bullshit.
the opponent could probably get like one strike in, and then you're undizzy, and then you can do it again. But like they're probably dead.
Yeah, that's
This
like
again?
5 strikes. Yeah, that's alright. Okay.
Well, that was the what are we calling this
A
again?
round table review.
Yeah, the roundtable review. This is
There-
Checkpoint Play. I'm Michael,
I'm Alex.
I'm Mondo.
and we'll see you next time.
Uh,
What are we doing next time?
We're probably doing Metal Gear.
Yeah. Look
For
forward-
real next time.
Yeah.
It's not over yet, Snake.